All right. For YouTube, I'm going to start now. Hello and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshear, and I will be your game master for the evening. Let's get some introductions.
And I'm Kenny, and I'll be playing today Francis Anderson, also known as Stripe. He is a troublemaker who lives in Boulder City.
Isn't it supposed to be Stripes? Did I get that?
It is supposed to be Stripes, but I was going to give you... Things have been going this way so far. I just noticed that. You know what? We had our hands full with Skype.
We're not going to critique the chyrons too. Okay. I'm Sarah, and I'm going to be playing Summer Thompson, the jock.
I guess I'm Jason, and I'm going to be playing Dwayne Artemis, the wannabe rude boy.
You say it as though you're not sure.
I'm never.
Well,
sure.
we might still all just like switch around, chyrons again,
Exactly.
and so then we'll just have to pick up each other's characters.
I might suddenly be Francis.
Yeah, so please bear with us, our viewers. We've had some weird trouble with Skype just crashing on the host computer a couple of times in the past half hour before we started streaming. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I have no explanation for why it is happening.
Adds
But
an element of suspense.
that's probably the reason. Thanks, Matt. Thanks. We got some clowns in the chat here. If it wasn't obvious from the copious social media posts and the thing in the top corner there, we are playing Tales from the Loop tonight. This is a game by Free League Publishing based on an alternate version of the 1980s, inspired by a series of paintings by. Did anyone remember the fella's name? I read it 800 times today. The painter.
It's not the Swedish chef. I know that for sure.
No, it starts with...
Simon Stalenhag.
I was about to say both names are S names. Simon Stalenhag is the painter. He created this amazing series of surreal paintings of 80s people looking at bizarre pieces of technology that just seem to be part of the landscape. There's an Amazon Prime series based on these paintings, and there's also this game, which we're going to play tonight. So, hopefully, it's fun. I'm going to turn this one off. All right. So, everyone tonight is going to be playing a kid between the ages of 10 and 15. I think you all said you're about 13. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
We are all technically teenagers.
Technically teenagers. Yes, once your character reaches 16, you have aged out of this game and have to make a new character. Which your character will reach 16 because it is against the rules for kids to die in this game.
Oh.
Although, however, once you're 16, you're no longer a kid. So the rule is a bit fuzzy, I think.
Well, I think at 16 you graduate up to Tales from the Flood or Things from the Flood.
Yeah, there's a whole sequel RPG called Things from the Flood, which I also have, which maybe we'll play someday. Takes place in the 90s and stars teens instead of kids.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I am going to read you a little bit about your setting, and then we're going to jump into the mystery that we have tonight. So you guys are all living in the city of Boulder City in Nevada. I am going to put up a map of it, actually. Boom, there you are. It is known that 30-ish years ago in the 50s, great advancements in science were made with the discovery of advanced robotics, magnetrine vehicles, and most importantly, the construction of something called The Loop. There's actually two of them. There's one in Sweden, and there's one here in your town, Boulder City. It is a very mysterious, advanced scientific research facility, largely underground, and many of the adults in the city are connected to it, either because they work there or in some other way. But you, of course, are kids, and your business is school and getting into trouble. Right now, it is autumn in Boulder City. What's that noise? Are we banging something? Okay, what was I doing?
Is this
autumn
part of the story?
I don't know. I got distracted. Sorry.
Okay.
The baking heat from the summer cools down a bit when school starts up. Fortunately, the schools are air conditioned, so they're tolerable if dull. Kids often find reasons to hang around for after-school activities rather than having to haul themselves home during the hottest part of the day. Football players often wind up practicing in the morning to avoid heat stroke. By October, though, like it is now, temperatures have cooled to tolerable levels and people wander about a lot more. There's a crisp snap in the air. It's good fishing weather. And it's finally cold enough to fire up the barbecue for some outdoor cooking, too. So I'd like each of you to answer a few questions before we get into your opening scenes. I have selected them, and I'm going to put them to each of you sort of at random. Francis, you have listed for yourself a problem of being short on money. In what way has your problem gone from bad to worse lately?
My parents have been, they don't work at the facility. They've been primarily working in various service industries, janitorial services, to make ends meet. And recently, my mother became ill, and so she was already working 2 part-time jobs, same with my father, to kind of make ends meet. And so now with one income, she's not able to work as much anymore. So it's really difficult.
Summer, what do your parents do for work?
My dad is Coach Thompson. He is the football coach at the high school. I mean, he also teaches like econ and government and stuff, but it's going out with him is like being with like a minor local celebrity, like just random people like, "Hey coach," everywhere we go. And my mom's a scientist at the facility at DART. I don't really get it what she does, but she's very smart.
All right. Dwayne, I know that you are interested in music, but what do you think about school?
I mean, I can take or leave school, Like, I'm not bad at it, but like it's a fine place to hang out sometimes when I don't have to deal with people. But you got to deal with people at school a lot, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah. All right. And Dwayne, do you have any siblings? And what do you think about them?
I do have a sibling. I have a sister who's like 3 years older than me, and she has just gotten really like we used to be. I mean, we were kind of close when we were younger, but with her getting into high school and stuff, she's she grew a little distant, as people do, and then she got into the Wilderness Club, and we barely see her at home anymore. You know, I mean, caught her sneaking out a few times in the middle of the night. I mean, I don't really say anything about it because, I mean, who wants to rat out to their parents? But, you know, it's kind of weird, and she's gotten really distant and kind of weird.
Okay. Let me also put that question to Francis. Do you have any siblings?
No, Francis is an only child.
All right. And I notice in the pride category that Dwayne and Francis have very similar entries. So I'm going to ask both of you again, how are you affected by your pride? Start with Francis.
Oh, in terms of how is he affected? Well, his whole thing of being sort of a independent, you know, 80s child, right? Sort of left on, you know, his own, not by choice per se in this case, but by sort of fiscal needs. You know, he's very proud that he could show that he could stand up for himself, right? It's all about independence and self-sufficiency. And so by standing up to a bully, he showed he didn't need to rely on his parents to come out and bail him out of trouble.
All right. And Dwayne, what's your answer to that one? How does your pride affect you?
Interesting. Yeah, so Dwayne has actually gotten fairly political. So Dwayne has somewhat recently been introduced to ska music and has just completely head over heels for it. And some of that, like, and it's kind of been, what's the phrase these days? Like, what radicalized you? It's kind of what's radicalized him politically. So he doesn't like seeing like people like stepped on, bullied, oppressed. Like he's like really passionate about that kind of, like about being just anti that kind of shit.
Okay.
And mind you, he's also not the toughest kid around. So unlike say Francis, who might actually never know which way to put my arms on, who might actually hold his own. Dwayne tends to get pretty stomped on when he stands up to people. It hasn't stopped him yet.
I can do this all day.
That's what he'll say, but, you know, it still hurts.
Yeah, of course. Captain America only says that when he's getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one last question for the individuals. Summer, what do you want to do for work when you grow up?
I really don't know. I mean, it seems like, my big sister, Mary Rose, is going to have she's going to go to college and be Little Miss Brainiac perfect like my mom. My little sister Ruthie, she's already talking about she wants to be a model or an actress or work in fashion or do something like that. And I don't know. I mean, maybe move to a bigger city where they actually have, I mean, I know there's some high schools out there where they actually have women coaching as well as men. Like somebody has to coach, coaching the girls' side is like a full-time job. And I thought really that's something I could do. But I mean, I'm kind of just riding it out. And I mean, that's really just the answer I give to get people off my back. I don't really know what I want to do. I'm just kind of living in the moment, man.
All right. So the last couple questions are for you guys as a group. First of all, you're all friends. You all hang out together. Why is that? What sets you guys apart from the other kids?
Well, I mean, I think at least as far as Summer and as I was discussing with Sarah in Discord, I think Summer and Dwayne have been schoolmates for like a long time. Like just consistently same classes, maybe not necessarily like the same interests, but you know, we keep getting stuck in groups together, and we've just kind of built like one of those weird sort of, oh hey, it's you friendships where we, you know, we get along decently, you know, and we just kind of started hanging out.
Yeah, we don't really fit in anybody else's clique or whatever at school, and you know, we find each other tolerable. And I mean, I really like Dwayne, actually. I mean, I think he's like a smart guy, and smarter than like the teachers give him credit for, and actually like pays attention to stuff outside of the city and is real. Like for me, both Francis and Dwayne are real. They're not like out to try to, you know, fake it or impress people with something they're not. And neither one of them, like, you know, they you know what you get when you're hanging out with them, and I like that. You know, nobody else really gets me, like, and I feel like they do. I can just be myself when I'm with them. I don't have to like pretend to like things I'm not interested in.
Well, I think also that at least for Dwayne, like Francis is someone who will listen to him just ramble on about music, like just this new band I've just been introduced to. Oh, I just found this cool new group. Oh, check out this sound. And Francis listens to him. And Dwayne really Dwayne really likes that. He may not really realize how he appreciates it, but he really appreciates having someone his own age who will at least put up with a lot of his like excessive musical enthusiasm.
Yeah. And Summer will do that too. Like Summer listens, she isn't as like maybe as indulgent, she kind of gets bored pretty easily, but yeah, she thinks it's cool that you're into that, and she does respect your taste even if she doesn't share it. I also think Dwayne has maybe a little bit of a like hero complex with Francis, because where Dwayne will get his butt stomped when he stands up to people, Francis doesn't always get his butt stomped. Yeah.
So Dwayne's kind of into that, like, you know, people doing the right thing and not getting ground down for it.
Yeah.
Stripes, did you have anything to add to what they've said about that question? What sets you guys apart from the other kids?
Yeah, no, and I was going to say, I think the bit of there's sort of a independent streak amongst all of them, right? For different reasons, right? So like for Francis, it's imposed upon him by his family situation, but you know, for Dwayne, he senses there's this independence. There's something about him where he's comfortable to be himself, right? Whether if it's his weird tastes in music, or just be himself. And again, the same for Summer, right? Where while she is the coach's daughter, but she doesn't quite fit the traditional mold either, right? So
yeah, we're both skateboarders,
right?
And
that's
I can't hang. The other boys
really
won't let me hang with them, and there's no other girls that skateboard in this town. So
right,
yeah, and I'm very competitive. Very competitive.
All right. So, of the three of you guys, who's the leader?
Oh God.
That might be between the people who took lead as a skill.
That wasn't me.
Not Dwayne.
I'm actually not really a leader. Yeah.
Oh.
I put one to it.
Yeah.
I put one to it.
Ah.
And I also think, I think there is another dynamic to this. Like Sarah was saying about Summer, not really knowing what she wants to, not necessarily knowing what she wants to do when she grows up. Dwayne at this point has a very solid idea of what he thinks he wants to do when he grows up, and that is he wants to start a band.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to play an instrument right now, but he's working at fixing up an old saxophone, and so he is, you know, maybe not constantly, but, you know, tends to insinuate that, hey, you guys should join my band when it gets started. We're gonna be dope as hell. We're gonna be so cool. No one's gonna know what to do with us, but everyone's gonna want to be us.
All right.
I made the mistake once of telling Dwayne that I took a year of piano lessons. I can barely play chopsticks, but he's very determined that I'm going to be the keyboardist.
You play piano, hells yeah. Obviously, we need a keyboardist.
Okay, well, we're going to move on from the questions now. And I'd like to get a sense of what everyday life is like for the three of you. So remember that it is October. And I'm going to ask each of you to set up a scene from your everyday life so that we can meet you in real time, as it were. Stripes, where do we find you?
So any time of coming back from school, I guess. You know, Stripes is skateboarding back home with no particular rush, like most kids, right? Most kids would rush home and.
Yeah. What? Kenny?
Oh, did we lose you?
No! The loop got him!
Okay, well, Stripes is in the loop.
Oh no.
All right, well, let's move on to Summer while we wait for Kenny to reconnect.
Okie doke.
Where do we find you, Summer?
Any particular time of day I should be setting this?
No, it's up to you.
All
Wherever you think we might best exemplify your everyday life right now.
I'm gonna go with it's breakfast time at the Thompson household, and it is chaos, as it typically is. Everybody's got a different schedule. Everybody's got their different things they have to get to. It's pretty darn early because my dad has to get to practice, which is before school, and my mom has to get to work because she always has to work. And I'm having a fantastic time because my dad has just bought the greatest appliance ever, which is the world's best blender. And I'm obsessed with this thing. It is, I'm just blending, I can blend anything. And he's told me I'm allowed to use it as long as it's healthy. So this morning I am blending some of last night's fruit salad as my base. I added in some mashed potatoes, just, you know, to kind of like bulk it out for starch. I'm currently trying to, I've successfully managed to sneak in a couple scoops of vanilla ice cream when nobody was looking, and topped it off with some orange juice. And I'm having a great time because the other thing that's really great about the blender is it's really noisy. And Mary Rose is once again trying to suck up and like tell all about her super fancy science project that she's doing. And every time she starts talking, I just hit the button to make it really loud. And so she's just going like, so anyway, like the table of elements, like, but anyway, I was trying to just every time she tries to say anything, and Ruthie is laughing hysterically, and my parents haven't noticed yet. So I'm having a great time.
Well, it's at this point that your dad comes into the kitchen. He reaches over behind the blender and yanks the cord and says, "It's not a toy, Summer."
I'm gonna drink it. Eat it.
You've been blending for 15 minutes. Just drink it.
Okay.
Do you want some?
He's already leaving.
Okay. All right.
Share with your sisters.
Oh, I will.
All right. I got a message.
Ruthie is already like sneaking out and pretending she can't like see what I'm offering. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I was going to say I got a message from Kenny. His Skype crashed. He's trying to get back on right now.
right.
But while we wait for him, Dwayne, where do we find you?
Oh man, I mean, you're gonna like just typical day for Dwayne. You're gonna find him in the one place he really loves being, which is the local music shop. It's one of them little privately owned, like it's mom and pop shop. It's small. It's got weird selections, and it's the place where he has been just blooming into his love of music.
Cool.
There we go. And he's just hanging out there, like browsing through the cassettes. Like he's not like his parents have a turntable, but he's not really allowed to use it. But he has kind of one of them little shitty cassette players with like a headphone jack. It's not a Walkman. It's man, like I can picture the unit in my head because it's one of them classic like play, pause, record, fast forward, rewind.
Are you talking about a
chunky things?
Are you talking about a boombox?
But it's not fancy enough to. It's one of the, I mean, it's about like, it's about yay big. It's got the little handle on it.
It's a tape player.
Yeah, it's a cassette deck.
Yeah.
But it's not a Walkman.
Okay.
It's not cool enough to be a Walkman.
Of course not.
So he's browsing. He's just browsing through the tapes. Every now and again he'll he'll shout up at the woman working behind the counter, asking her about when like the new Selector album's coming out, or if they've got such and such B-side, or like such and such Madness B-side, what stuff they can get. It's also about 1 PM.
Yeah.
He's definitely skipping school for this.
Yeah, and they know, but they don't want to say anything because they're bored and they like having you there to say things too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like we get along really well, and I mean he'll constantly tell them about his plans, how he's going to start this band, and he's got this horn he's working on. Like he's almost got all the pads all the keys working right on it. He hasn't been able to get the pads fixed up, so he doesn't know how to tune it, like how it's what its tonal quality is, but he's gonna get there. Like he's just got to put more work into it.
What is the name of the guy that you talk to the most at the record store? Not today, but the guy that you talk to a lot when you're there.
Well, I mean, I was kind of assuming that was the person who was there. I mean, it's my friend Ashley.
Okay. Is Ashley male or female?
Ashley's a woman.
Okay.
She's, let's say, the eldest daughter of the family that owns the place.
I must be reading from before you. Your character sheet says the guy at the music shop.
Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, it does.
But that's no big deal. So it's Ashley. Ashley's there, but there is someone who works with Ashley who's usually here with her and is not.
Okay, my screen just. Steve, are you there?
I'm here.
Do you guys hear
cool.
me?
Then I'm good. Yeah, that's the guy working with her. That's Brian.
Yeah, Brian is not here. In fact, Ashley seems a little agitated that Brian's not here.
What do you mean? I mean, did he leave? Did he not show up today?
He left early yesterday and he just hasn't come in today. I tried calling his house, but there's no answer.
They haven't got one of them answering machines yet, have they?
One of those what?
Answering machines.
Oh, no, they don't have that.
Someday.
Yeah. Anyway, I have to do the whole store by myself today, which is not a big deal while school is still running. But later on, it's going to get a little hectic.
Yeah, but I've seen you handle them kids before.
I guess. So that's about how that's going. Stripes, we lost you almost as soon as you started, so you're now last in line. Why don't you tell us where it is that we meet you? I think you were saying it was on the way home from school.
Yeah, you guys hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. My computer's still acting all wonky. I had a hard reboot. I apologize. So Stripes basically goes home. They're in no particular rush after school, like most kids. He's done his homework. He sits at school, just knocks out his homework quickly, and then just sort of meanders back, skating by, checking out different places. The convenience store to kind of check in and see if anything's happening. Makes his way back, checks in with his neighbor. A nice old lady whose parents asked to check in and keep an eye on him. She's a porch sitter when it's not too hot out, right? She has a nice shade, and when it's cool out, she'll sit out there and kind of watch the kids in the neighborhood. And then afterwards he'll just sort of go check out what his friends are doing, skateboard over to their house, and just see if they're home. And if they're not home, he'll just kind of go on, right? This is the age of not reaching people, right? A lot of missed opportunities of catching people, leaving messages, leaving notes. So he'll swing by Dwayne's house. If Dwayne's not there, he'll tell him sort of where he's going. Oh, I'm going over to Summer's house, and tell Dwayne if he gets home, I'll be over there, and he'll just skate over just to hang out until maybe he gets invited to dinner at somebody's house, or he'll skate back and then make some dinner at home as he waits for his parents to come back at night, say goodnight, and then go to bed.
All right. So the day goes on. Francis, when you go home, no one invites you to dinner. You do go home. You eat whatever you can find. Mom and Dad don't show. Summer, your dad also doesn't come home that night. Mom says it's probably nothing. The next day is Saturday. You guys have a little hideout you like to go meet up at. So we're going to find you guys there. It's at this point that you discuss this and you realize that each of you knows someone who wasn't where they were supposed to be yesterday. And in fact has not been seen since.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Stripe, for all his confidence of being independent, he's really worried because for both of his parents to not show up back home, highly unusual.
Yeah, that's really weird. I mean,
Neither. What? Well, who made you dinner if you didn't? If
I
your
just ate
parents?
some leftovers.
Okay, but I mean, I assumed like my mom wasn't worried. I thought like maybe my dad was like going out of town or something, and she was too busy to tell us. But like both your parents didn't show up and they didn't say anything to you.
Nope. Not a note, nothing.
I mean, do they normally do that?
No. Usually there's a note or something before they go off to their next job, maybe a little bit of cash to go buy something, but there was nothing. It didn't look like they got home at all.
Have you checked in with like their jobs?
Yeah, I mean,
No, I haven't.
Man, maybe we should go check in with wherever they were supposed to be working and see if they had been there.
yeah, like are there cars? Is there a car there, or they must have gone somewhere.
I'm assuming Francis had checked the garage before leaving, of course, right? And no car.
Yeah, the car was gone.
Um,
I'm assuming that your family has only one car between the two parents, but it wasn't there,
wow.
which is, of course, what you would expect
Yeah.
with them not there.
Yeah, the car's
Okay.
gone, nothing.
Didn't you say your mom was not working for a little bit? Like she was resting?
Yeah, which makes it unusual. So I don't know where Dad may have taken her, but without leaving a note, that's just weird.
I don't want to sound like bad, but maybe the hospital? I mean, if she was, maybe that's where we should start.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
guys are
let's go
going to
to the
head
hospital.
to the hospital. Okay.
Hospital sounds good.
Okay, so you guys can make your way to the hospital. What exactly are you going to do when you get there?
I'm gonna ask kind of go in, stumble around, look for help, and then.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, while you're stumbling around, I will march straight up to the reception desk and fold my hands and look them in the face like, "Hi, we're looking to see if maybe somebody came in last night. My friend hasn't. His parents, maybe one of his parents are here, or both of them. They didn't come home last night." And I give like really big, like, "Oh gosh, can you help me?" eyes.
You're not going to mention that your own father didn't come home either?
Nope, I am right now in denial about that. I'm focusing on Francis, and I'm not thinking about my dad. Like we're gonna fix Francis. I'm not thinking about my dad. My dad's fine. My dad's fine. My mom isn't worried. Nothing's wrong.
So
I'm fine.
the person at the reception desk turns to you, Francis, and says, "Your parents didn't come home?"
Not my parents. My friend's parents.
No, she got that. She's talking to Francis.
Yeah,
Oh,
Francis was like, "Yeah, no, my parents didn't show back up home last night."
Who was with you?
Oh, I was staying at the neighbors. It was just a complete lie.
Well, I don't know. What are your parents' names?
Frank and Janine Anderson.
Anderson. She checks the papers, I guess. No, there are no Andersons here. No Andersons have been admitted recently. It's good news, yeah?
Yeah. Well, where could they be? And he kind of says that not to the person, but to like Summer and Dwayne.
I'm gonna... Well, I'll let you guys answer him.
Okay.
I mean,
Let's
I'm
go
gonna
with plan B, which was going and checking at your dad's work.
Yeah.
Uh,
Does your dad work? Where was your dad working again?
Well, he works a couple of jobs, and he was working late night as a janitor, but I'm trying to remember where. Because I've never visited him at work. He's kind of generally mentioned what he did, but I don't.
Yeah.
He would kind of work at different locations depending upon where they needed him.
I kind of pull. Oh, sorry.
Is anyone else seeing Jason a little out of focus?
Yep, he's blurry.
Yeah.
A lot of focus.
Now he's receding behind the paper.
Like the Aha music video.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking. I was gonna say like Homer into the hedge, but. Yeah.
All right. Oop, we have a focused Jason again.
All
There
right.
you go.
I'm going to pull these guys away from any adult that might be listening and be like, should we like talk to the cops or something? I mean, they might be able to. I mean, I don't know, like trace the car, put out a bolo.
Cops.
Speaking of moving away from any adults that might be listening, you now notice that the lady from the desk has gotten up and is talking to a couple of other people and glancing in your direction, Francis.
Francis is getting skittish and saying, yeah.
All
Kind
right.
of edges towards the door, ready to skate out of here.
At this point, there is going to be a security guard who steps in front of you and says, "Excuse me, son, I'm told that your parents are missing and no one's looking after you."
Oh, no, my guardian is looking after me. It's no worries, sir.
I'm going to need some kind of roll to try and get past this guy. Because you just walked in and told the lady that your parents are missing and that you had to come to the hospital to look for them. So, yeah, you're going to need something to get out of here.
Is a charm?
Yeah, Summer did that to you. So sorry. That was a character choice.
You can try charm.
Yeah. So I roll 5 dice, right? Because mind +1 for charm.
Yeah, that'll work.
And I got no successes, right? It's 6s only.
Okay. You have any options for buffing that roll? Your pride doesn't really apply here.
No.
Push it.
You could
or
push
try and
it.
lock it.
So how does the push work?
Push, basically, you can re-roll everything that wasn't a success, which in this case is everything.
Everything.
But you have to check a condition for doing so, which gives you -1 in the future.
Oh, okay.
Conditions in this case would be upset, scared, exhausted, injured. Probably not injured.
No.
You could also spend a point of luck.
If you have one.
Yeah, I do. I have 2 points of luck. So, and luck lets you re-roll as well, right? Or no, automatic success, was it luck? Or which was...
Luck lets you re-roll failed dice.
Yeah, I'll use luck. I know it's early to burn it, but...
Yeah, we're only doing the 1 session, so go for it.
Ooh, 2 successes.
All right,
Nice.
well, you do get lucky because while you're spouting off your nonsense about some guardian that didn't get mentioned before, someone comes running in, screaming and holding their head, bleeding, and the security guard gets distracted and completely forgets about you.
I'm out the door.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness, somebody's been really hurt. Let's go.
Thank goodness.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's run.
All right, you guys make it out. Good use of a luck point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sorry, Francis. I didn't mean to get you in trouble like that.
So we're going to go on back to the hideout, I guess, or where are you guys going next?
Okay. Can I use one of my skills? I'm looking over my sheet. I do have contact, where I know the right person and can get a hold of them.
Ooh.
Maybe this would be a great time to remember that, one of the local people in the police department is in fact a huge high school football fan, and I've met him a few times. So maybe not necessarily, the police chief, but there's somebody in the police department who like I know and who's kind of like an honorary uncle to me that I might be able to reach out to and check things out off the record.
Yeah.
Is that something I can use?
I
Absolutely.
step away for a sec.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so we can figure out the logistics. So I have 2 in contact. It's heart, so I think I have 4 in that. So yeah, 2 for contact, 4 for heart.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
See if you remember anyone who can help with Francis's situation.
And I've got his name written on my skateboard, so that's a +2. No, my skateboard is
Yeah,
my
I
key
gotcha.
object. All right. I have 2 successes.
All right.
Okay. So I'm like, oh, wait. I know. Uncle Rich. He's on the dispatch desk at the police department. He is a huge college football fan. He like hangs out, is trying to like hang out with us all the time. Or not college, high school football. Let me call him. Or let's go to the police station and see if he's there. And it should be just about lunchtime. We might be able to like grab him and get some like inside info.
All right. Jason, before you try to speak, I did mute you when you stood up, and only you can unmute yourself. So
Only you can mute yourself.
Hey.
All right.
there you go.
I was going to say that Dwayne is wary, but will go along with this plan.
All right.
All right. And definitely we're not going to phrase it like, hey, Francis's parents have disappeared. Let's find a different, let's not do that again. And I'll own that one. Yeah.
So you're heading to the police dispatch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You'll get over there, and let me get hold on a second. I'm going to look at what these skills are. I'm going to want an investigate roll as you guys open up the door to come in.
From all of us?
Whoever has the best investigate.
5
got
dice.
4.
3. So that's
Sounds like
Francis.
you,
Francis.
Francis.
All right. I got 3 successes.
Okay, well that's
Nice.
plenty to hear someone saying, Rich, where are you going? And someone else responds, I told you, I've just got to go out of town for a few days. Don't worry about it. I'll be back soon. Rich, you can't leave. It's the middle of your shift. No, it's all right. I cleared it. And at this point, the other voice starts to say something else back. But a man, who you can only assume is Uncle Rich, starts walking towards the front door, where you are.
You know, that sounds shady as all get out. We should follow him.
I will not step out in front of him as I was about to, but like we're standing right in the middle, and I'll kind of lean over and be like, "Hey, Uncle Rich, it's Summer, Coach's daughter. Hey."
Hey, Summer. Sorry, I gotta go.
Where are you going? What's going on?
Oh, I've just got a trip. Don't worry about it. I'll see you when I get back.
What? And I assume he's gone.
He's getting in his car. He turns it on, starts pulling out of the parking lot, waves at you. Say hi to your mom for me.
Oh, okay. Are you going to see my dad out there?
He's gone. He's driven out of the parking lot.
Yeah, let's follow him.
On what? Our skateboards? He's in a car. Okay, fine. Let's go.
Let's try.
Let's try.
Francis?
I mean, you've got skateboards. I'm running, but...
Yeah, Francis and Summer have skateboards. What is Dwayne doing?
Jogging poorly.
Okay.
Okay. We'll catch up. We'll meet back at the hideout.
Nobody wants to try and Marty McFly on him?
To try and hold. I was thinking about it, like
I was
grab
thinking
onto
about
the
that
back
too.
of the car.
Do it.
You want to do it?
All right,
Yeah,
let's just
Francis
both
and I,
try
we
to
look
do
at each other. We have the same thought in the same moment. Like,
Because you guys
we're doing
just
this.
saw that movie.
Right.
Yeah. Like, are we doing this?
We could
Like,
do it.
yes, we're doing this. Yeah.
If Michael Keaton can do it, right, then
You mean Michael J. Fox?
or was it his character on Family Ties? Michael Keaton, right? The
Was it?
Batman?
Alex
Alex
Keaton.
Keaton.
Family Ties.
Alex Keaton, sorry.
We're having this conversation as we're running after the car and like skateboarding, trying to catch it.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, you may have heard but may not have heard, has recently been cast as Batman.
That's right.
The movie isn't out yet, though. Everyone thinks it's going to bomb.
Like, how can they turn a comic book into a movie? That'll never work.
How can they
Yeah.
turn a comedic actor into Batman?
Yeah. He's never gonna make it.
All right. Well,
So what do we roll for this then?
let's see about that. I think this has to be either force or move. I would say force for the. No, I'll say move. I think move makes the most sense because this is a dexterity type situation to be able to not only get to the vehicle and grab on, but to stay there without being seen or without falling or hurting yourself.
Okay. So this is going to like maximize. This is going to be the highest roll I'm going to get in this game because I have 5 in body, I have 3 in move, and I have 2 for my skateboard. Like Summer was born for this moment.
All right. So I'll need it from both of you, though.
Yep. I was looking to see what I got. All right. So I've only got.
You go ahead.
Go ahead.
All of those dice, and I only got 1 success.
It's enough.
All right.
And Francis.
He is not going to succeed.
Well, I will allow force for this if you want to make it just that you're just holding on so damn tight that it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, force would allow me to roll 3 more, so
Okay.
I'll roll those 3. Still no success.
Okay, Francis, you drop off the car.
Darn. Can I use my pride? Oh, no, pride. No, it won't work. Okay. Yep.
All right, you miss it. You just go you grab it for a second, but you just don't get there in time. Summer was already sort of engaged with him and watching him, so she's just faster than you, and she gets to the back of the car, grabs on, and manages to hang on there. Francis, you just kind of miss and roll off into the street.
Yeah.
So Summer's got it.
Summer's got it, and therefore is
which direction he's going.
Yeah, I've pulled up the map here.
Okay.
You might want to go like a little more to the right on that map.
Well, we can't. You can't see it?
I mean, I can see the super zoomed out Boulder City.
Yes.
But the next page should have the zoomed in Boulder City.
No. This is the map from this mystery.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, this is what you guys coming from Boulder City. It's like, as you can see here, it's like south of the map. Like the majority of Boulder City is off the south edge of the map here. Summer and Uncle Rich are headed in this direction, northeast, up towards Hemingway Park. Summer.
They're headed up to 93?
Yes.
Okay.
But we are not going to follow Summer right now. We're going to stay with Dwayne and Stripes. Dwayne, you were never going with them. That was obvious.
Oh, no.
And Francis has apparently failed as well.
I mean, I was going to try and follow from, like, whatever extreme distance I could kind of, like, cut, like, Ferris Bueller through backyards to keep an eye on this car from.
It's not gonna, like, that's what you had in your head.
Yeah.
Just like most kids, but in reality, it is not practical. They're just gone. So the question is, you know, what are you gonna do now? Seems like the thing to do is just go wait for Summer to report back, right?
Yeah, go to the hideout, hang out, or
Yeah, but, like, I mean, the moment Dwayne realizes he's just completely lost them, because he would have gone and, like, slapped Francis on the side of the arm and gone, "Hey, come on, let's go," as, you know, he tried to keep up. But, like, the moment he loses, like, he knows that he has lost them.
Yeah.
Like, he's not feeling good about that. Like, it's hitting him kind of hard because he wants to do something. He's just not sure what. Hey, Francis, I mean, like, yeah, we could go back to the hideout, but I mean, I feel like we should be doing something.
where do we go? Francis is kind of looking down the street because, Summer's by this point, I'm sure, out of sight. If the car's turned a corner, it's like, we can't go to the cops. My parents are gone. What about your parents?
I mean, my parents are probably at work. They're always at the office. What are you doing?
Is there someone we can get help, or?
Man, maybe Ashley'd help us? Steve, how close are we, like, to the music shop?
I mean, if you don't have anywhere else to go, you can go there. It's not that big of a town. You have a skateboard between you.
Take turns.
And it's Saturday, so we can skip ahead to the music shop if that's where you'd like to be.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because our assumption is Summer's probably going to take a while to come back from wherever.
Yeah, because that's
yeah. You
that's
guys.
Die.
Yeah, you guys will have seen her get onto the freeway.
Oh,
we'll see about that. We can loop back around on that one.
The highway. Anyway, that's where Rich was headed.
Fast can skateboard wheels go.
Yeah.
Well, it's your iconic item, right? So as fast
It
as
is my
possible.
iconic item.
That means
Yeah.
it can't be broken. All right.
I can.
Well, we'll come back to that, like we said. I want to.
I
We're gonna
have
move
some
into the. We're gonna move to the record store here.
yeah.
Dwayne, you see something you have never seen before on a Saturday.
The shop's closed.
Correct.
Look. What the hell, man? I'm gonna press my face up against the glass door and try and look inside. Like I think I can actually see something going on in there.
Does one of you guys want to give me an investigate roll?
I say I've got 5 in that.
Yeah, you're better at that than I am.
1 success.
Okay, so it's pretty easy for you to realize that these people are not being taken. You guys witnessed Rich making excuses and leaving of his own volition. You're now at the record store where you see that Ashley turned off the lights, put up the close sign, and locked the door. There's no sign of like a struggle or foul play. People are also not just getting up and running out like maniacs. They're making decisions that say, I'm going to be leaving now. But they are all stopping in the middle of things, like Rich did. Ashley, you guys, I guess, wouldn't know this, but if you were to ask a passerby, you would learn that Ashley was here this morning, but closed the shop and
probably
left.
some other people who want to fucking like check out the new music, and
Yeah.
like I'm gonna recognize some of them. I'm gonna go like, hey, like did you hear anything about what's going on here? Like what the fuck is this? Like they're closed?
I don't know. I was here an hour ago. I ran out to get something to eat and come back, and Ashley was gone. She just locked up the place.
That's fucking nuts. Why
Yeah.
would she do that?
I don't know, man. I guess we're just going to have to go to the movies instead.
There's nothing good playing. No, I think no.
Well, I don't know. I heard about this new Indiana Jones movie. It's supposed to have his dad in it. I know, that's what I thought, but what else are we going to do?
You know, for instance, thinking like, hey, maybe we could go check out, you know, my friend Mikey. He hangs over at the park. Maybe he
Okay,
knows what's going on.
I'm down. Let's go check it out.
All right. So you guys head off to go find Mikey. We'll leave you two, and we'll cut back to Summer. Rich is heading up onto the 93. This is not a freeway, but it's a highway. There are places that it goes before you get too far. You're aware that Hemingway Park is up ahead. And you're aware that some of the loop facilities are also along the 93.
Okay. This is the greatest and the worst day of my life all at once. Like, I have dreamed of doing this, and now I'm doing it. And yeah, once we get onto the highway and he gets up over like we're going faster and faster, and I am very, very aware that I've wiped out before. I've taken my licks, and I know like there is a point at which this is I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die if I do this. I think once we pull onto the highway and start speeding up over 30, I am going to straighten up high enough to be seen through in his rear view mirror, and I'm gonna start banging on the trunk, like, and just screaming at him, Uncle Rich! Uncle Rich! And Summer doesn't like pretending to be helpless, but apparently that's what's gonna be happening today. So yeah.
Okay, he looks up and sees you in the mirror, and then his eyes go wide, and he looks over his shoulder and looks at you, and you feel as his foot comes off the gas.
Okay.
The car very gradually slows to a stop, and Uncle Rich pulls it over to the side.
I unclamp my hand off of the rear bumper of the car where I've been, or we're probably like under the license plate, like holding onto that part, the trunk, and my hand hurts. I've been like holding on so hard, and I just sort of like get myself clear of the car in case it rolls backward and just collapse on my back in the dirt on the side of the road.
He gets out of the car and comes back and looks at you lying on the dirt.
Can I go with you?
Summer, what the hell were you doing?
Uncle Rich, do you know where my dad is? He did the same thing. He just disappeared, and so have a lot of other people. And do you know where they're going? Where are you going?
I told you I have business out of town. I have to take a trip for a little bit. I don't know where your dad is. Go home. I'm sure he'll turn up.
Well, I'll go with you.
No, you can't.
I mean,
you can't come with me, Summer. This is
Why
crazy.
not?
You could have gotten killed. What would I tell your father?
I don't know. Please, Uncle Rich, just let me get in the car with you. You can, look, I'll call.
I can't take you home right now. I can't take you home right now. Get back on your skateboard.
I don't want to go home. I want to go with you.
No, you can't come with me. I'm leaving town.
Oh, well, where are you going?
It's not your business, Summer. Don't worry about it. Get back on your skateboard. Go home. Tell your mom I'm going to call her later.
Okay, I feel like this is a roll.
Okay, what do you want to try to roll?
I want to feel like I don't see any logical way I can possibly sneak into his car without me noticing. That's just silly.
That would be, impossible.
I want to try to empathize and try to figure out what's going on here. I'm pretty sure at this point that something is up, and like I'm thinking like invasion of the body snatchers, frankly, is what I'm thinking. So I get to ask 2 of these questions if I succeed. And there's a whole list of questions that I'm allowed to ask and get the answers to.
Go ahead and roll it.
So I have in mind, it's not a very good roll. I have a 3 in mind plus 1 in that particular skill. So I'm going to roll only 4 dice. I got a success.
All
amazingly.
Right.
1 success. Okay. I want to know. Well, most of these I already know. Like, what will he do? Is he lying? What does he want? I know that one. I want to know, what is his weak spot, and how can I make him do something?
His weak spot is that he is afraid of getting in trouble if something happens to you.
Okay.
How can you make him do something? I mean, the real answer is you can't. But
Okay.
I'll give you this additionally. The thing that is agitating him and pissing him off the most is your suggestion that you should go with him. If you were to try anything else, you'd have more luck than that. Maybe.
Okay. All right. I'm racking my brain. I'm like, oh, dang. Can you look? I'll tell my mom. Fine. I'll do it. I'll go back home. I'll tell my mom you're gonna call her. When are you gonna call her?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Are you gonna be back in town tomorrow, or?
No, I'm going to call her tomorrow. I won't be where I'm going until late tonight. It'll be too late to call. I'll call her tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Now be careful. Stay on the shoulder until you get off the highway.
All right. Have a safe trip, Uncle Rich.
Yeah, you too. No more grabbing onto cars.
Okay.
I am telling your parents about that.
Yeah, I'm never doing it again. That was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
You were scared. Stupid fucking kid.
Uncle Rich, did you say a bad word?
No. Gets in the car, closes the door, drives on.
Okay. So I've at least gotten that wherever he's going, he's not getting there till late tonight. And he thinks he's going to be able to call my mom in the morning. I will go ahead and head on back to town to relay that much. Oh, which way does he go? Is he going north?
He's going, he's going northeast on the 93 there.
Okay. Did I make it as far as the park? I can't see what it's...
No, you told me that you got his attention as soon as he got above 30, so he did not get that far.
Okay.
That's almost that. Like, you're above 30 within seconds of getting on the highway, so you barely got anywhere.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I feel like that is a realistic positive outcome of that situation that does not involve Summer dying. All right.
All right.
Breaking many bones. She's broken her arm a couple times, but that's yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you're heading back to town. Where are you going when you get there?
I will probably start at the hideout in the hopes that the guys have circled back there.
Okay. We'll go ahead and say maybe you do meet them there, but we have to find out what happens to them at Mikey's house first.
Yeah.
Well, at the park.
At the park.
Oh, which park did you go to? I thought you were going to Mikey's house.
No, so Mikey lives at the park.
Okay, at Hemingway?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Well, then you're going to pass Summer as she's heading back.
Is he...
Are you guys taking the bus?
Or... Oh, yeah.
We can do a quick, little interlude where I'm trudging back along the side of the road because it's too rough to ride, and the bus goes by.
And you guys definitely... Yeah.
Yeah. And I watch the bus go by, and I just throw up my hands. And I turn around and I start walking in the other direction.
All right. Well, the bus goes past Summer and then up through Hemingway Park. It turns off the 93 into a little side road that goes through the park. And the bus stop there is right next to the road leading up through Hemingway Pass, which you can see marked on the map there. As the bus is approaching the bus stop, Francis and Dwayne, you see a car that you saw just a few minutes ago. It's Rich's car. It has turned off the 93 and is heading up towards Hemingway Pass.
That's all. And we don't see, and we know Summer's not holding on to it anymore because we just saw her.
No, in fact, Summer's little delay keeping him arguing on the side of the road is probably the only reason you got here in time to see this, because you made that little detour to the record store.
Right. At this point, Francis is duly noting the why is that? Sorry, it's flashing. Duly noted where that we saw Rich's car, and then Francis is sort of scanning around, looking to see if he can spot where Mikey usually hangs out in the park.
So let me clarify: Mikey has a house in the park, or Mikey just is a homeless guy in the park?
Well, that's where he usually goes to sell drugs. But I don't buy drugs from him, but I just hang out and talk to him in the park. So that would just be where I would normally catch Mikey, would be hanging out in the park.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right. Well, you do actually. How old is Mikey?
I'm assuming Mikey is like, uh, he's probably in his mid 30s, if not early 40s. To a kid at 13, like old.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
past his
Like
past his
42.
prime, way
Right,
past
like-
his prime.
Yeah. Once you hit 40, man, that's all downhill. No, Mikey talks a lot about his old job, the company he used to work for. So he's old, hasn't shaven usually a lot, so he's got like a scraggly beard. Again, to a 13-year-old, you can't really tell exactly how old Mikey is, but he's old.
Okay, well, you do see Mikey. He's in his usual spot, hanging out. He looks agitated. He's sort of walking back and forth, pacing.
Mikey, what's up?
Hey, Stripes. Hey, Stripes.
Hey, I got a weird question. Have you been noticing, like, people acting weird?
No, man, just you. You never brought this kid before. Who are you?
Oh, hey, sorry. This is my buddy Dwayne.
Hey,
from the
Dwayne,
music
what's up?
shop. He's
Mi-
cool.
I'm Mikey. I'm cool, too.
Yeah, my parents just took off, and we went to the record store, and Ashley at the record store is gone. Like,
Ashley's gone? She's cool, man.
yeah. Have you seen anyone else? Have you seen where she went? Did she come by this way?
No, she hadn't come by this way, but you know what? I gotta go.
Oh, what's up, man?
Don't worry about it. I got someone I gotta meet. I got someone I gotta meet over the other end of the park.
Oh, okay, man. That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, good luck finding your parents, man. I'm sure they'll come
Yeah.
back.
I guess what would be a good way to tell, like, is this Mikey just acting normally as he does with business, or is this unusual behavior for him?
Yeah, I want to use empathize. I want to use my empathize to get a read on Mikey.
Okay. I'll say this, Francis. If Dwayne has the better empathize, then by all means let Dwayne roll it. But Francis, because you know him better, you can help him.
Okay.
So that'll give you an
Yeah.
extra dice, Dwayne.
Yeah, because I only have an empathize of 4, so.
I've got that for 6 dice.
Great.
So that'd put me up to 7.
Awesome.
See if I can actually roll any successes.
Hey, we got King Throck in the chat.
Hey. 2 successes.
All right, so you... There's a mechanic when you get more successes than you need.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can ask I can ask an additional question and take +1 die on 1 roll when I use the information gained from this check.
All right, so go ahead and ask your questions.
Okay. I want to know, is Mikey lying about needing to go somewhere to meet someone?
That's kind of a two-part question. Is Mikey lying about needing to go somewhere? No.
Is Mikey lying about needing to meet someone?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
We'll count that as 1. You'll count that as 1.
No, I'll do it as 2.
You didn't realize it was a two-parter, so count it as 1. Actually, I'm going to walk that back. Mikey's telling the truth about both parts.
Okay. Okay.
From a certain point of view.
You. um. And you know what? I want to get a vibe for what it seems like Mikey's feeling right now.
Mikey is feeling really agitated, really impatient, and a little bit threatened. Like nervous, as though he's threatened.
Like threatened. Okay, well, if it'll count as another question, threatened by us?
No.
Or threatened from outside?
Threatened
By something else. Something else.
When I say threatened, I don't mean physically threatened, like he's afraid for his life. Threatened, like he feels like someone's going to take something that's his. Is the vibe you're getting off him, and he's trying to edge in the same direction Uncle Rich's car went, up Hemingway Pass.
All right, no, that's. I'm gonna, see if I can get this right. I'm gonna put a hand up to I did, up to Francis and go, hey, let's just let him go and follow, because he seems to be spouting the same jib jab that Uncle what's his name was spouting.
All right.
What do you think?
Are you talking, Kenny? I think you might be muted.
You're muted.
I was clicking on the keyboard and I didn't want to make background noise earlier. Yeah, Francis is trying to think like, yeah, this is weird. He's worried about, he's glad that Summer's okay, but he's kind of wanting to wait to get Summer back with the group before they do anything. Did we see on the bus that she was walking back our way?
Well, yeah, you passed her. I did want to say to Summer, you know where that bus goes. So you know that Dwayne and Stripes are heading to the park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've taken that bus.
Yeah, so you could, instead of walking back to town, you could easily turn around again and go meet up with them.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay.
If that wasn't clear, I was walking back to town. The bus went by, and I threw up my hands and turned around and started following the bus.
Okay, no, I didn't get that. So yeah.
Yeah. I am moving faster now. Like now that I know that they're where they're gonna be, I'm like, I've got my skateboard down. I'm kind of risking it, like keeping an eye out for other cars on the road. But I'm going as quick as I can.
Okay, so we'll say shortly after Mikey leaves, you come into view of these guys.
Yes, and I'm covered in dust, like road dust. My hair is coming out of my French braid and just like scraggly. I'm bright red, even though it's not that hot, and I'm just not having a good time. Well, actually, no, because I roll up, I'm like, that was amazing, you guys. Did you see that? We got all the way onto the freeway. Nuts. He would have kept going. It was crazy. But he saw me and we stopped. But yeah, it was like unbelievable.
Did he say anything?
Yes, he did. So totally got the inside scoop because he was like completely frazzled, like to see me just pop out of nowhere. So wherever he's going, he thinks he's going to get there tonight. And he thinks he's gonna have access to a phone tomorrow because he was like, oh, I'm gonna call your mom. So yeah, but yeah, it was yeah. So he was heading so he was going this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we saw his car.
We saw his car.
Up at the bus, we saw him going off towards the
Hemingway Pass.
Hemingway Pass.
Hemingway Pass.
Hemingway Pass.
Yeah, I know. I keep saying Hemingway as well.
Dwayne always gets that wrong. Because he's always called this Hemingway Park.
Yeah.
and just most people don't correct him on it and then laugh about it later.
I feel like a lot of kids in town probably call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's Ernest Hemingway, and like, that's.
I feel like it's the tourist thing. Like, tourists do it because they mishear it. But yeah.
Yeah, I know this town called Simi Valley that everyone who doesn't live there says Simi Valley, and it just isn't called that. Yeah.
Who calls it Simi Valley?
Who's ever called it Simi Valley?
People who pronounce it correctly, unlike the residents.
I've literally never heard it pronounced that way.
If you watch like newscasters from LA County who don't live in Ventura County, that's how they pronounce it.
I mean, that'd be like people calling it Los Feliz. I'm sorry, Los Feliz.
I've heard every variation of that. I've said every variation of that.
So you saw the car going up Hemingway Pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what the fuck is up Hemingway Pass?
What is up Hemingway Pass? And I make a point of saying it correctly in front of Dwayne. Like, I'm not going to call him out, but I just want him to know that I get it right, and he's wrong.
Well, I mean, you're like out of character, but
Yes.
some of the parents might have actually gone camping up out here. Like, you're like middle class. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've absolutely this is definitely we've done the whole family day at the lake, family day at the park.
I don't really. My family's pretty dull, and we don't really do camping or outdoors things.
Yeah.
But so Dwayne is literally asking what the fuck is even up there?
Yeah, and I'm asking out of character to Steve if I know what's up Hemingway Pass.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy hike. There's mostly fields up that way.
Fields?
Yeah.
Not like rocks and mountains and stuff?
I mean, there are rocks and mountains surrounding, but it's a pass. It's called a pass because you can pass through it. Yeah, if you follow it, you can actually get pretty far north on foot pretty easily.
And there's a road that goes through it?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Do I know if there's anything up there that a car would park at?
Like I said, there are a lot of fields. There are random little roads that go all sorts of directions through this area because of the loop facilities that are located sort of dotting the landscape.
Okay.
You don't know specifically of any one thing that a car might have been headed towards. But you do see a foot trail left by Mikey as he headed off this way. And you notice that Mikey's footprints are only one trail among many.
Yeah, I'll convey what I know about the area to these guys and definitely mention that there's a bunch of loop facilities up there because my mom would have mentioned in passing, oh yeah, it was over there. It came up in an argument over directions. She's like, I know it's this way because I used to work right there, and but yeah, I'll convey that, and we noticed the footprints.
Yeah. And, I mean, you guys saw Mikey go this way, so if you wanted to try and follow someone, this would be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, so if you want to get close enough to really see where Mikey is going, I will need a sneak roll.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
Got it.
I've got 7.
Okay.
I got...
You guys can help.
Yeah.
How does one
help each other?
Help for that.
Knock him down if Mikey starts to turn? I don't know.
Did I mention that my skateboard is really still no?
I mean, I don't know.
Hit him on the head with your skateboard so he won't notice anything else.
If you split up really far, maybe you can keep eyes on him from different angles.
I'm gonna let Sarah help with. I'm gonna let Summer help with this one.
Okay.
One success.
All right.
No successes. I have
Oh, that's not how helping works. If you help, it just gives Francis an extra die to roll.
Okay.
And only one person can help anyway. So So 1 success. That might have been the die you gave him. So you guys do follow Mikey. He heads up the pass, and he heads off into, hey, Gravitone Maps. Good to see you, fellow patron of Dungeon Dudes. So you guys head up the pass and follow Mikey for quite a ways, actually. Farther than you were on the highway is how far you travel here. Until you find yourselves out in a field. Mikey's approaching it, and it's a little, it's a large fenced-in field. It's a little fence, large field. In the middle of it, there seems to be some sort of large metal cylinder. It's about a yard tall and 2 yards wide in diameter. It has the letters ARAN on the side of it. And in the field near it are about 20 people, all adults. Mikey is the most recent to arrive. He's still walking up as you guys catch sight of it. It's actually right there. And amongst the 20 people, your dad, Summer, both of Francis's parents, Ashley, Brian, and Dwayne's aunt. Diane Peterson. And she looks in bad shape.
Like, how so?
This is Diane. This is what she looks like normally. She's very, dirty. Her hair is a mess. She looks like she's just been outside for a long time. And we are going to take our 10-minute break right there.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Hey, don't worry, Gravitone. I like responding to people in chat just to say hi. Yeah, I'll see everyone in 10 minutes. It's about 10:10 here in California. We'll be back around 10:20. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to Tales from the Loop on Tales from the Backlog. I just love saying it. We may never get another chance. Anybody know any other games called Tales from something?
Yes, there were a lot when I was trying to find information about this game.
We gotta just play. We gotta play all of them because.
Tales from the Floating Vagabond.
Oh,
Yep,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Which I think I actually own a copy of.
Yes.
A friend of mine out here who used to work for TSR in the fucking mail room has been he's been cleaning house and giving stuff away. I don't want this anymore. Here, you'd like this. Yeah, sure, give me your garbage. I'll sort through it, and whatever I want to keep, I'll hold on to.
All right.
And I think one of the things I got was a copy of Tales from the Floating Vagabond.
All right. Well, we are out near Hemingway Pass at this weird cylinder marked Aran. Aran? Aran.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we're in the Middle East now.
Surrounded by all of the missing grown-ups, including Francis's parents, Summer's dad, both of the record store employees, Uncle Rich, Mikey the drug dealer, and Dwayne's Aunt Diane.
So Francis is going to turn to Summer and say, "Your dad's here."
Yes, I know that. I'm going to grab Francis. You say surrounded by. Steve, really quickly. We didn't just wander out into the middle of them, I assume, right? Or we...
Well, you tell me. You would have seen them well before you did that.
Yeah, what are they even doing?
From a distance, you can't hear what they're saying, but they do seem to be standing in loose groups talking with each other.
Okay. As soon as I see them and can kind of get the sense that, like, this is it, I'm going to grab Francis, because I'm going to assume he's going to, like, rush out there as soon as he sees his parents, fairly or unfairly. And, like, I'm really going to grab him and, like, drag him back into cover and gesture Dwayne, come like, stay down. It's like invasion of the body snatchers. Like, we can't get, like, our brains snatched too. Like, whatever's happening, like, don't go out there.
I mean, Dwayne's gonna kind of look around at we're out in a field, right?
You guys are more near the field. Yeah, you're able to stop and get behind some rocks and bushes before they see you.
There is some cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're out in a field. You guys came up the road.
I'm gonna look for where all the cars parked.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, this all seems really shady, and that's a really good question.
The cars that there are, about 7 of them. Everyone else seems to have walked or something, maybe taken the bus like you did. The cars that there are parked along the side of the road up ahead. If you could get to them without being seen, you might be able to get cover behind them and be a little bit closer, but you still wouldn't be terribly close to where most of the adults are standing. You'd have to cross some open stretch of road and risk being seen before you get to where the cars are.
Okay.
This is just strange.
This is really weird. Oh, why? What? What is happening?
I have no idea. And Francis keeps going back to and your dad's here, because, like, this is news to him, right? Like, you hadn't told us your dad was missing.
No,
Didn't I?
she told you. She just didn't focus on it afterwards.
Yeah.
I thought.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There you go.
No, I just got mixed up at the hospital. That's all.
Yeah, she didn't tell anyone at the hospital, but when you guys first talked about missing grown-ups back at the hideout,
okay, that's right.
That's kind of how you discovered it, is that you both had missing parents.
What? Do we recognize Dwayne's aunt at all? I mean, I don't think
Dwayne does. I don't know if you guys do. She's a relatively, like, well-known member of the community. She's kind of a batty old scientist, used to work for the company and kind of doesn't anymore. She's out there in her curly blonde hair and her white clothes, just looking dirty, like I said.
And do they seem to be clustered around this metal ARAN thing?
They're not, like, holding hands in a circle around it, but they're all near it.
This is weird.
This is coming.
It's a cult.
Are parents in a cult?
Well, somebody roll something. Somebody roll something, damn it. No, I want, I guess, an investigate on this. Or, yeah, give me that.
Comprehend? I don't know.
Comprehend might get it.
Yeah, I was gonna try and comprehend what's going. Like, just I'm kind of focused. I'm kind of hyper focusing on my aunt, because, like, my family doesn't really get along with her very well, and, like, I'm a little, like, stressing out that she's out here and a part of all of this.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, this will be an investigate roll. If you guys are trying to figure out if the grown-ups out there are in some sort of cult, or if they're out here to worship Satan together or whatever. I'll need an investigate roll to look at them and figure it out.
No, it's a little too early for a satanic panic.
No, it's honestly a little too late.
It's late 80s here.
Oh, it's late 80s? I'm sorry, I thought it was early 80s for some reason.
Well, we have jumped around a bit because I did say that you'd just seen Back to the Future, and then I also suggested that Batman hadn't been made yet, but then I also suggested that Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was in the theater right now. So those things all contradict each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have airships and robots.
But either way, it's at least 1985-ish. A few years after, it's after 85, before 90. That's where we're at.
Hi.
Yeah, it's like the 80s show, the Goldbergs. They'll just say like 1980 something, and they're anachronistic with a bunch of different things. Like, okay, investigate.
Who's good? Are you good at investigation?
I've got a 5.
I got 4.
I got 3.
Okay, so it's me again. I guess with assistance from someone on the team.
I'll assist.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna keep my eyes open and stuff, and
investigate. Ask one additional
look at
question.
stuff you ain't looking at.
All right, so let's see. Well, I'm doing absolutely nothing. I think they're in a cult. 0 successes.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like that's a cult.
Jim Jones, you know.
We saw 60 Minutes about cults, and that's definitely it.
I don't see any Kool-Aid from here, do I?
Well,
That's definitely 90s.
You don't see any Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
No,
Jim Jones was Kool-Aid.
You do see some bottles of water.
Oh, I could really use some water, Summer says out loud. Okay, wait. I've got an idea. What if we lure just one of them over here? Maybe.
How do we do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How are we gonna hook one of them without hooking all of them?
Is there a way to sneak closer?
Not without a sneak roll.
Well, I can try that. Maybe I can go closer, see if I can listen in.
Okay, let me have one.
All right, sneak is a 7 for me.
Okay.
So this roll. Come on, baby. And 2 successes.
Okay. Oh, you know what? What is it you're trying to do specifically?
Approach without being seen so I can listen in.
Okay. In that case, your 2 successes are just enough. You are able to get across that blank space to the cars, and from there up behind one of the low fence posts. And what you hear is the adults arguing. There's a group of them. There's a few different. It seems like they've kind of formed up into factions, and they're arguing about all sorts of random little things, like who should even be allowed to be here, or who gets to stand where, like gibberish. It seems like very unimportant things, like. But it all seems to be around the idea of whoever wins this argument is going to get to be here and be where they want in this area.
Yeah, and this is just sort of confirming Francis's mind that it's some sort of cult, right? Is there any? Does anyone look armed or?
Not that you can tell.
Yeah.
In fact, from the reaction of Uncle Rich and Mikey, who are both recent arrivals, it seems like neither of them was expecting anyone else to be here.
Oh, interesting. This is weird indeed. So, all right, Francis will back out and try and sneak back.
Okay.
Back to the group.
Yeah, you can get to them. Same roll. It's fine.
Okay. I'll tell the guys like, yeah, it's weird. Like, they're arguing over weird things like who should stand where, and this doesn't make any sense. It's just, what do we do? Do we because what time of the day is it? Like, we're getting early afternoon or morning?
Yeah, I'll say it's like mid-afternoon. It was Saturday, but we didn't say exactly what time of day we started. Since then, you guys have gone to the hospital, you've gone to the record store, you've gone to the police station. So yeah, it's late afternoon, I'd say. So,
how close are they to this like Iran cylinder thing?
The people who seem to be winning the argument are closest to it. Aunt Diane is standing right next to it, leaning on it.
And like, how big is it?
It is about a yard high and 2 yards in diameter. Three feet by 6 feet. Yeah.
This is a weird.
Has anybody climbed up on top of it?
Since you've been here, you saw Diane Peterson sit on it briefly, but nobody like standing on it King of the Hill style or anything.
And it's unbroken, right? It's just like a solid object. There's no doors or windows or holes or anything.
You don't see any doors or windows. It's not like a single piece of metal. It's clearly a machine of some sort, of the sort that dot the landscape all around. It's got rivets and things in it, but there's no windows or doors or anything. If you were to get closer, there might be some sort of access hatch for maintenance, but you have no idea what the thing is.
Yeah, and Francis is not tech savvy at all, so
yeah. Okay, well, if we can't lure one of them to us, maybe one of us goes out there.
Yeah, they didn't seem aggressive or anything.
Yeah, and I mean,
they were getting a little aggressive with each other. They were arguing pretty heatedly.
No, gotcha. It was getting heated.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and the arguments were about who gets to be where in relation to the cylinder.
We can try and cause a distraction, see if we can get closer.
Or maybe one of us just walks up and pretends like, hey guys, what are you doing here? How did you know to come here? Just like me. And we see what happens. I mean, because they're arguing, but it's not like they're getting violent or anything. And then if like something happens and that person doesn't walk away in like 5 minutes, then the other two people like run back to the city. I mean, my mom might know what this is. I know she worked on something that was up here. She said something about it, like just that she'd been up here before. But I mean, there's a lot of random stuff up here. I don't know if this is it, but I mean, if she knows my dad is out here and...
Yeah.
At this time, you hear someone approaching from the direction that you came from.
Oh, God, I hope it's not my mom.
It's footsteps.
Okay.
Wait, whose footsteps?
Hide.
Do it.
And
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
pushing
jump
you
down.
guys, like, yeah.
Okay. I'll need a sneak check. Just one
From
of you can
everyone?
make it.
I got 7, so probably be the best.
Yeah.
1 success. Oops. The die will stay on the table. 1 success.
All right. Well, with Summer's warning, you all managed to duck down low amongst the rocks and bushes at the side of the road. In time to see Mary Rose come walking up the road,
What?
along with another young woman whose name I actually don't remember. Dwayne, your sister, is with Summer's sister,
Oh.
walking up the road.
That would be. Oh. There's a reason you don't remember her name.
Because you didn't put one.
I didn't put one.
Her name's Sis.
Well, Mary Rose and Rosemary are walking up the road. They are not walking together like friends. They are walking like people who are politely tolerating each other because they're going the same direction.
Hmm.
Do our sisters know each other? I mean, they know each other. I thought they hated each other.
I don't know. I thought Rose hated everyone right now.
Oh.
Your sisters are in a cult?
Well,
Wait,
when
guys,
they
I want to see what happens, what my dad does when Mary Rose walks out there.
Okay.
Well, when the two girls get around the edge of the rocks where they can see the field, they kind of stop in surprise, and then just for a moment, and then keep moving towards towards the cylinder. And as they cross into the area where everyone is, Summer, your dad does react upon seeing Mary Rose. He comes up, and you can't hear, but you can see that he's pointing for her to leave. She's not going. She won't go.
Okay.
You know, maybe we could just walk up like that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, one person
Yeah.
go up, and then... Or all of us. I mean, I guess we could all go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, we were seeing our parents out there. We'd want to...
Yeah.
You're going out there?
Yeah, I think I at least I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hesitantly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and go kind of confidently, but like acting like I don't know Summer or Francis.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll try to, like, awkwardly imitate, like, the way people are walking, but also I'm thinking about Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
They're not.
and
They're
try-
not walking any way.
no.
Like.
No, I know. I'm thinking about, like, they're, like, sort of like a zombie walk that's sort of just happening that I'm not... I'm trying to think, like, how somebody who's body snatched is going to walk and failing to be subtle.
All right. So you come walking up. One of you kind of like an idiot, and and Francis, actually, your mom sees you coming up. Francis, what are you doing here?
Can you tell me the same thing? What are you doing here?
I am out here on a job. All right. I need you to go home. Who's feeding the cat?
Oh, I left some food out this morning, but you guys didn't come home last night.
You're lying. You're always lying. When I ask you who's taking care of stuff, you always just say something, and then later I find out it wasn't true. Go home, Francis.
I'm gonna say, like, really quickly, just like I'm on my way towards my family, but I hear this and I stop and I like stay close to Francis, like awkwardly, like do I like grab his hand? Like, this is weird.
Yeah, this is not how she normally acts, right?
You've seen her this way before, but I mean, with everything, it's not like common.
Right.
It's like when she's in a state.
She's agitated.
Yeah.
No. Mom is...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At this point, your dad also comes up. Says, Francis, do what your mother says. There's no place for kids. Go home.
Okay. What's going on, Dad? Mom, this is you guys are acting weird. You're scaring me.
I just came out here to just get away for a minute. All right.
From me?
No, not from you. Just away. Go home.
Yeah, he just sort of stands there flabbergasted, like, oh, okay.
I am once again going to ignore my problems by focusing on Francis's, and I'm going to walk up and just, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Anderson. Can one of you give us a ride back?
No, we don't have a car. We took the bus.
The bus doesn't come up here.
Well, we walked from the park. And at what is that noise? Is there like someone dumping?
Does it sound like jangly balls?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very loud.
That's right behind me.
That's right behind you. Okay.
He's not destroying things, and he's not knocking things over.
Fair enough. Yeah, so, Summer, while you are trying to focus on Francis's problems and not your own, is the moment that your dad chooses to walk up and say, Summer, you're here too? Mary, what did you do? And Mary Rose says, nothing. I didn't know she came here.
I can get myself into trouble. I don't need Mary Rose to do it for me.
Well, you do need Mary Rose to take you home because neither of you is going to stay here. I just need to be alone for a few minutes, all right? Or hours or something. Just go home.
Something.
Dad, what's that? I point to the cylinder.
He slaps your arm down.
Whoa.
Mary, take Summer and go home and don't worry about me. I'll be home when I'm ready, all right? I have some things I need to take care of up here.
I give Mary a look, and is she just like off trying to get close to the cylinder?
No, she's with you, and your dad, and she gives you a look right back and says, "No, I'm not taking Summer home. I have as much right to be here as you, Dad."
Honey.
I give Mary Rose a look. I've never heard Mary Rose backtalk like that in her life.
Your dad hasn't either, and he looks like he's going to tell her about it. But he just holds up a finger, and then he turns and marches back to one of the other adults and starts having another argument.
I grab Mary Rose just by the arm, like, hey, why are you here?
I was just taking a hike. Why are you here?
I was looking for Dad. Do you remember he didn't come back last night?
Yeah, who cares?
Okay. Wow. And, how long are you planning to stay out here?
I don't know until I'm done.
Done with what?
Hiking.
Okay.
You know what, Summer? There's a lot of grown people here, and you're just a kid. Just go home, all right?
Okay. Did Dad give you the car keys?
No. Do you think I would give them to you if I had them?
Maybe. I was kind of hoping. You're acting really weird. I was kind of hoping I could get away with that one, but I guess not, huh?
Summer,
Yeah?
leave me alone.
Well, now you sound normal. But I let her go, and I let her presumably walk off back to the cylinder.
Meanwhile, Dwayne, your sister is similarly hassling you to leave.
Well, I actually, this is all going on. I kind of wanted to sidle up to my sister,
Okay.
up to Rose Artemis, and just straight up be like, what the hell is Auntie Deanne? What the hell is Auntie Deanne going up here? Why is she up here?
I don't know why she's up here. Why are you up here?
Why are you up here?
I was picking flowers. It's a thing we girls do.
Yeah, sure. And I'm out hiking. It's a thing people do. But
I appreciate you not gendering hiking. Says Summer in character. Yes.
But what's Diane doing out here?
I don't know. I haven't asked her. I don't care about her. She sucks.
I mean, yeah, but like she's obviously like camped out on that thing there.
Well,
Is there...
I don't... Look, don't talk about that thing. You don't know what weird technology's out here. Just
No.
go home.
What, you do?
No, I don't.
Then what's your deal?
I told you I was picking flowers, jackass. Go
Go
home.
pick flowers then.
Fine. And she gets down and starts just yanking up random plants.
Yeah, cool. Have fun with that.
She throws them at your face.
No.
Go home, Dwayne.
No, I'm gonna start walking towards Diane.
You cannot. As soon as you make any move towards that cylinder, every adult nearby stops you. It is not
Stops
possible.
how?
Physically.
Yeah.
Physically gets
Ooh.
between you and the cylinder. And your sister is there, and she's like, guys, it's all right. It's my brother. Dwayne, just get out of here.
I'm gonna
You know what?
grab Dwayne.
Diane, what's going on out here?
Oh,
Diane.
Dwayne? Don't call me by my first name, you little snot.
What, like I know you? What's going on out here, Diane?
I am going to tell your parents how you are addressing me, young man.
You do that.
Go home.
No.
I heard
What's
your
going
sister
on?
tell.
What
I
is
heard your
this
sister
shit?
tell you to leave. At this point,
Where?
Summer, your dad comes over and takes Dwayne and you by the arm, takes you back out of the field, puts you over the fence, and points and says, "Go home, now. I'll talk to you later."
I want to resist that. You ain't my dad.
Legit, you cannot. You're not even allowed to roll for this. You cannot. You as a kid are not able to resist a field full of grown-ups not letting you pass.
Yeah, and I'm looking at you like, just we're not gonna change their minds. Like, we gotta go. Where's Francis?
Yeah, was I pushed out as well?
You were not. You escaped Mr. Thompson's notice in that moment, but you are still with your own parents, and they are also trying to get you to leave.
Well, where's the car, Dad?
I left the car on the job site. I took the bus.
Where's the bus? Okay, and so I'm trying to look and see if there's a way I can, make my way to that cylinder somehow, get past him.
Your dad digs out a $5 bill and gives it to you. Says, "Get some dinner when you get back to town. Just, I'll see you later. All right."
And I'm amazed to see, get $5 because like 1980s, that's a shit ton of candy.
Yeah,
And,
I almost I almost said 20, but I'm like, no, wait, 1985.
yeah. It's like I could eat like kings at McDonald's. Yeah. So I mean, I'll take the $5, but kind of like look at it kind of as I'm walking back, kind of trying to like piece together like, okay, this is just got weird, right?
Yeah,
like,
you could count on one hand the number of times your parents have just given you money and told you to go get something. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look around, like I'm frantically waving because I'm not going to fall into that trap again where like I yell out and get you in trouble. But I'm like trying to like get your attention without like saying your name or drawing too much attention your way. I'm failing, but I'm trying.
Yeah, Francis will sort of walk over. Again, he's kind of awkwardly holding like a $5 bill, looking at it, going, "What the?"
Yeah, and I'm holding on to Dwayne to keep you from going back in.
Yeah.
And just
one thing, Dwayne and Summer, that you notice is while Mr. Thompson did take you out of the field, he did not leave the field himself. Clearly, he has the ability to take you all the way home, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's staying here.
There's something about that cylinder.
Does this fence, like, is it fully encircling the Iran?
Yeah, it's like this is a big field. I mean, it's like bigger than a football field. You can't see clearly whether the fence is broken in certain places, but it's just kind of a low, like wire fence with the occasional post. Yeah.
But it does seem to like be doing a complete circumference around the cylinder in the field.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. It's not perfectly circular, but yeah, it does seem to be encircling this field. Yes. There is an area actually. I'll say to the north. It looks like maybe the fence was knocked down at some point. The fence looks older than the cylinder. The cylinder doesn't look that old. The fence looks like it's been here forever.
Guys, I think it's time to go get somebody.
What,
and
an adult?
I think it's time to talk to my mom. Like, I don't think we're gonna make these people leave, and it's getting dark, and this is not good. Like, I don't know what else to do. I mean, I don't think we can convince them to leave, and they won't let us get close to whatever that thing is.
So, Francis is gonna look around at the vehicles. Is there any? He's gonna try some door handles. See if are they all locked or.
No, because it's the 80s, and some of them are unlocked.
Yeah.
So he's going to climb in the first unlocked car and then just lay on the horn.
Okay, well, within a minute, the owner of that car, who is a man you don't know, comes storming up, yanks his car door open, and says, "Get out of my car, kid!"
So he came out of the field.
Yeah.
He came out of the circle?
He did, yeah. He crossed the circle to just long enough to get to his car.
Hey, can you take us home, buddy? Sir, can you take us home?
No, I can't take you home. I don't know you. I heard your parents tell you to go home, so go home.
Yeah, we're trying to go home.
No,
We're trying to get a ride home.
Take the hiking trail down, catch the bus in the park. It'll take you back to town.
Sir, can we borrow your car? I look very young, but I am actually of legal driving age.
Nice try, kid.
I won't even roll for that.
However,
I really I got to hitch on the back of a car. I'm going to try to drive one before today's over.
Okay, well, here, for real. You say that to him, and he says, "Nice try, kid." And then there is a ruckus behind him. He turns, and sees a couple of men standing near the Iran have come to blows. And he drops his keys on the ground and runs towards them.
Oh,
He's
sweet.
fine, here, whatever, and runs back in.
Oh my gosh, this is the greatest day of my life. Okay, here we go.
Let's do it.
Yes, I pick up the keys. I'm like, we're doing this.
I jump
Okay,
in the
okay.
back and
Summer,
Gas
specifically,
on the right,
what are we
brakes
doing?
on the left. I climb into the driver's seat. I push Francis over. I'm very much into pushing and grabbing to get what I want. And I'm like, get in! And I hitch the seat up, and I turn the ignition. Like, okay, gas on the right, brake on the left. Gas on the right, brake on the left. Okay. And oh, it's an automatic. Okay. All right. I know it's switching. All right.
That's
Okay.
fancy.
Okay. Here we go. And I immediately drive into the rock in front of me. But then
I was going to let you do a skill check.
okay. But then I back out, and now I can do the skill check.
Okay. Yeah, nobody even looks at the sound of the
yeah.
collision.
I wasn't going that fast. It's just like, and it's the 80s, so every car has like a giant.
Yeah,
black
cars were
metal
actually
top.
made of metal. Yeah.
Yes, and they don't have just like cheap plastic that breaks the instant you brush something. Anyway, so what will this be?
I
Can
am
this be
trying
moved?
to decide. No, it can't be
This
moved.
sounds like a tech
It's tech.
roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
no.
a tech,
Sounds like it's hardcore tech.
and you can apply Tinker if you have it.
I don't. I have nothing in tech. I have 1 point in tech and no skills.
Well, if one of you guys wants to like help her by shouting, "No, press the other one" or something, then you can maybe.
Dwayne's probably in the back seat, like looking over, going, no, it's you got to push that one, you got to depress that, you got to put that in that,
You gotta
put it in this gear.
And
right.
Francis is just yelling, "Punch it, Chewie!"
Because spoilers, with Tinker, Dwayne would have 4 dice.
But Dwayne is in the back seat because
he is.
Summer's
Yes, he is. So
Summer's
he's
the idiot who picked up the keys.
best advice he can, realizing that they're really SOL.
Summer,
Don't do
give me
You
a
know
roll.
what? If you
Punch
want
it,
to tell
Chewie.
me, if you want to tell me to get out of the driver's seat and
No.
let
No, I
you do it,
don't.
I will do it. But
No,
okay.
no, that's out of character for
driving.
Summer.
It is out of character for Summer.
Yeah.
That's true.
So roll your dice for Tinker and add 1 for Dwayne's assistance.
1 success.
Okay, where are you taking the car?
I'm going to my house. I'm getting out of here. I'm driving down the road.
Somehow, because you have a big empty dirt road to practice on,
Yeah.
you are able to figure out how to control the vehicle reasonably well before you get into the city
punching
streets.
every time I change gear, it's just like
Yeah, the
It's an
car
automatic, so it's not
Yeah,
going to change. It's not going to do like that.
the car isn't changing, like it doesn't, you're grinding gears every time, like it's
of
just
course.
it's
Of
making
course.
all the wrong sounds, but you get it to your house.
Hell yeah, I do.
By the time you get it there, it's full dark.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, did we save any time by taking the car instead of like hiking down and taking the bus?
Oh yeah.
Yes. All
Yeah.
right.
Buses have additional stops. Like
Yeah.
you
All right. I run inside and screaming, "Mom!"
you find your mom in the bedroom packing a suitcase.
Oh no.
Hi, Summer. Oh, listen, I meant to tell you, I have to go somewhere for a little bit. I got a call from the office. I need to make a trip. I left you dinner for tonight and breakfast for tomorrow in the fridge. And I will be back in a couple of days.
Where are you going?
Northish?
Okay. Just out of curiosity, Mom. Hey, Mom, I stole a car.
That's nice, dear.
Mary Rose is in danger. There's
What?
like grown-ups fighting each other.
Wait, what happened to Mary?
Mary Rose, like, everybody's like going to this. Mom, do you know what this is? This cylinder that says A, lowercase r, capital A, N, in the middle of the Hemingway Pass, and I screw up the name on
Hemingway, dear. No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, is that where you're going? Because there's a whole bunch of people there, and they're starting to fight each other, and Mary Rose is there, and so is Dad. But it's getting really scary and dangerous, and I think Mary Rose is in a lot of danger, and she's your favorite, so you should care.
You're just going to have to call the police, dear. I'm sorry, I have to go.
What?
Okay, this is really bad. Mom, who's the smartest scientist that you work with?
Well, I would have said Diane Peterson, but she kind of never did her job and they fired her.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, the most capable, like, if you were to, like, can I have your address book? And, like, can you, like, point out, like, who you think is, like, the smartest scientist at where you work? Just, you know, in case something happens and, like, I need to science something while you're gone.
Don't science anything, dear. Call the police if you're afraid for something, but otherwise, I'll see you and your father and your sister when I get home. Tell them I left food in the fridge.
Do you know where Ruthie is?
Your friends can't stay here.
Okay, that's great. Where is Ruthie?
Ruthie! You hear from Ruthie's room. What, Mom?
Okay.
She's in there. Do what your sister tells you.
Okay, but Mom, wait. And
She's closed the door and left.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Did she leave the address book?
She did not respond to your request for an address book.
Okay.
Could look next. Oh.
Guys.
You hear at this point a horn honking out on the street.
Run to the window to look out.
It's your mom. She is honking because she has almost run over a man staggering through the street.
Okay.
Do we recognize the man?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and. Who's this dude?
You don't recognize him. Francis, you feel like he looks a little familiar to you, but you don't know who he is. Well, let me show you. He looks like this. He's got like burn scars on one side of his face. He's staggering through the street in his pajamas very slowly. Like he looks like he's just very weak and can barely stay up.
Is he moving in the same direction, like towards Hemingway Park?
No.
Okay.
He's kind of wandering aimlessly.
I run out the door, and is he still in the street?
Yes.
I grab him by the hand, which is what I'm very good at, grabbing people by the hand and dragging them.
You almost pull him over. You almost pull him over. He has no strength.
Okay, I pull him to the sidewalk, out of my mom's way.
Hello? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Summer. You look really hurt. Do you need help?
I'm not hurt anymore. I was hurt. Have you seen my wife?
No. What happened to you?
I was at work. Have you seen my wife? She got up and left. It was like something lured her away.
Yeah, that's happening to a lot of people. What happened? Does he look freshly injured, like the burns, or is it like an old scar?
These are scars.
Okay. All right. Who are you? Do you live here? We live here. Are you our neighbor?
I live in the park. I work in the park.
Which park?
Hemingway Park. Hemingway Park. Hemingway Park.
Okay. How did you get up here? You're all the way in Boulder City.
I walked.
Where are you walking to? Do you know where you're going?
I'm looking for my wife. Have you seen my wife?
We would love. Go ahead.
She's supposed to make me dinner.
Oh gosh.
It's hard for me to make dinner since the accident.
Why don't you come inside? I will make you dinner, and you can tell us about the accident.
Thank you.
I pull him inside. Yeah, I put in front of him the food that my mom has left.
He sort of eats it. He kind of needs help holding the fork,
Yeah.
but he starts to eat it. He says, my name is Mike. I was in charge of maintenance for the whole Hemingway Park area. All of the facilities and machines. Took care of those. That's what I did. There was an accident. Cut a power line. Sometimes I get confused now. I don't think right.
Okay.
When did this happen?
It's been a while. Do you know where my house is?
Can you look in your pockets and see if you have a wallet?
Oh. I'm in my pajamas.
Oh, well, probably not then. Here, you keep eating. Ruthie!
What?
Come out here and help this strange guy eat.
What? Ew.
Mom said you have to do what I say.
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, just do it.
No, I'm reading books.
Yeah, what? Sure, you're reading a book.
It's
Of
a
course you
book.
are. Does it have like 10 ways to get boys to like you lists in it?
No. Do you have a book like that?
Oh. I give up on Ruthie. I'm like, okay, all right.
I want to knock on Ruthie's door and try to politely ask her, hey Ruth, can you
Dwayne.
help us out a bit here?
She's got a sticker book in her hands.
That's cool. Sticker books are cool. But can you help us out a bit?
No.
We need, please, we need your help.
What do you need me to feed some man for? Why are you letting a man in the house?
Because he seems to be really hurt and like he could use some help.
Ew. She's now looking out and seeing him. Ew, was he on fire?
It looks like he was on fire at some point, but that's okay. How old is your sister?
She's 10.
Ruth, we need you to help us keep an eye on him and keep him here.
Yeah.
Please.
Ruth, I'm not going anywhere. Just like sit here with him. Like, okay, I'm gonna be right here. And I'm also, and don't be mean to the disabled. I mean, that's so gross.
What's
Jeez.
disabled?
I think they had that term disabled in the late 80s, but all right. Anyway,
Ruthie said, what's disabled?
oh, Come on. Are you serious? You've never... I mean, somebody who needs extra help, okay? All right. Come on. And I'm going to give up, though, on Ruthie for a second, just because she's clearly not budging. I'm not going to waste a roll on her. I
kind
am...
of it's the
No,
roll on her.
you got her out. You got her out reluctantly.
Okay.
She's at the table.
Okay. Just like, keep him comfortable and, like, don't let him panic and, like, wander around the house, okay? I am going to I'm going to use my contact ability again. Because
Okay.
I'm trying not to metagame here, but
What?
I'm assuming that if I keep trying to get an adult who helps, like, no adult's gonna help, even if I use.
That's your experience so far, but this guy wants to help.
Yeah.
Wonder
But
wonder what's different about him.
he got zapped
Half
with
his face is
electricity.
fried.
And he's got a very creepy smile.
What did you want to use that
That's
skill
it.
for, Summer?
I wanted to find the emergency contacts sheet on the that's next to the phone, and find, Mom's business line, and start calling just everybody. Just start calling and calling and calling through the switchboard at Dart until I get a hold of somebody that isn't brainwashed.
Well,
but
roll it.
okay,
Roll on.
that's heart. 4 for heart, 2 for contact.
Nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing. No successes.
Okay. Well, what you do find on that contact sheet is a bunch of numbers that nobody answers.
Mhm.
And then the last name on the list says Mike Warren, Hemingway Park Maintenance.
What? Mike Warren. Are you Mike Warren?
I'm Mike Warren.
Okay. All right, we have a last name. This is good.
All right.
Mike, do you know anything about a cylinder? Like out in one of the pieces of equipment that's just left out there? It says ARAN on it.
ARN, Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how that's how an acronym works. Yeah.
Have you seen my wife?
Well, if she is experiencing the same thing that everybody else is doing, she's probably there at the cylinder. But everybody who goes out there gets really weird and they forget about all the things they're supposed to do. Like parents who forget about their kids, wives who forget about their husbands.
Something's got to be going on with the gravitron.
Okay. The gravitron.
Can you fix it?
I can't go there anymore. I can't get in. You guys should go.
And fix
Go to
it?
the gravitron?
Access hatch P21. No.
I'm scribbling
P12.
this on
No.
P12.
P1. Access P1 will get you into the gravitron. Cylinder? Aran?
Yes.
P1.
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 Only the gravitron has enough power. It has to be drawing power from the gravitron.
Drawing. How do we disrupt? How do we turn off the cylinder?
I don't know about a cylinder, but anything weird happening in Hemingway has to be related to the gravitron. If you go in access hatch P1, you can find your way to the power maintenance room. Anything drawing power, anything not supposed to be there, you'll unplug it. You take it out. Be careful. You don't want to look like me.
Oh. Do we know where? I'm assuming we don't know where access P1 is.
He will, if you bring him a map, he will show you.
Oh, okay.
And you will have a map.
Here, right?
Yeah, you'll have a map because of Summer's mom's position. You'll be able to find a map of that area.
Well, I was thinking just like our hiking maps from when, like,
Sure.
all the brochures.
Any map of that area, he'll be able to tell you exactly where this access
All right.
hatch is.
Then let's go to the access hatch.
All right. So, you guys, on your way past the hatch, or on your way past the Aeron, which you have to go past to get to the access hatch,
Oh, okay.
you
Just
see...
as a note, I'm 100% driving us back.
Yeah.
there are more people. There are more
Wow.
cars parked, and there are even cars driving up there while you are.
Ugh.
So you see...
Oh,
What?
sorry, the whole screen went blank for a second, but
Interesting.
Now it's back.
yeah.
No, we're back.
Sorry,
Okay.
I thought
All
we
right.
lost the whole stream right when things were getting interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here's the things that you skipped right past in this story. There's Mike Warren's house, and you see this as you're going by, some sort of random sphere just a little bit north of the Aran. But then you go to where Mike Warren sent you, which is access hatch P1. It is overgrown with tangled weeds and grass, but you are able to clear those things away, and there's a concrete slab with a heavy hatch that opens with a code. You have the code. Mike gave it to you. And you're able to punch it in, and the hatch opens. There are blue LEDs lighting up the walls on the ladder down. And then when you get down, you're in a long, dark passageway, also lit with blue LEDs. Every so often, there's an emergency telephone on the wall. The air down here is really humid, and there's a cold wind blowing through the tunnel. You occasionally hear what sounds like footsteps and animals moving somewhere in the dark. Every now and then, one of you runs into a cobweb with your face. After 20 minutes of walking, you come to a large underground service room with several entrances. The walls here are covered with cables and screens and control stations. The floor is a mesh of rusty metal, now in bad condition. Several yards below, there is the sound of groundwater flowing by with a loud roar. It smells awful. From the ceiling, as you look into this room, hangs a green cable that is hot wired to one of the electrical stations. It does
Well,
not. It doesn't match the other cabling in the room. It's clearly jerry-rigged in here.
Well, I think we found the thing that doesn't belong.
Can hit it with my skateboard.
Ha!
See if we can-
Yes. Wait. It's before you you raise. I'm like, wait. Metal grating on the floor.
Oh. Good idea. How about I stand on your skateboard and I hit it with my skateboard?
I look at the urethane wheels on my skateboard. I'm like, that actually might work, but then Dwayne and I will get electrocuted because we'll
Like,
still
how
be
far
standing.
back
on the-
does the grating go outside the room?
No, the grating. That grating is in the room, but the floor you're standing on is also made of metal.
Oh,
Okay. We can.
And this is the only room we've come across.
Yeah, and Mike
just goes
did
like here.
It goes here. I mean, the tunnel continues on, and there are other exits from the room. But Mike did tell you that you were looking for a power control room.
Yeah.
With something tapped into it. So this is basically exactly what he described.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's nothing like rubber in the room that we could use to insulate ourselves with.
Give me an investigate roll.
Okay. One success.
Well, while looking around for something made of metal, you instead discover in one corner of the room a humanoid-shaped robot. And in the other corner of the room, a very much not humanoid-shaped robot. It's square, like a block on caterpillar tracks. It has no head or visible limbs, but a series of red LEDs is flashing on it. These are them. And they are watching you.
Does the humanoid robot seem functional?
Oh yeah, now that you've seen it standing in the shadows in the corner there, you realize it's following you with its head, like it's watching you.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
You hear it just go click, 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 click as it takes a step out.
Does it seem threatening?
A bit.
Like, okay.
Does it seem threatening a bit because I'm small and it's big?
Yes, but also when you addressed it, it took a step towards you. And not in a friendly, let's hang out kind of way, more in a warning sort of way.
Okay, let's not talk to the robot.
Well, we have entered extended trouble.
Oh boy.
It is clear to you guys as the second robot, the cube one, comes out of his corner as well, that these two things are guarding this room. If your goal is to get to that plug and remove it, you're going to have to deal with them. This is a threat level of 9 for you guys. So you will each get to tell me how you would like to try and overcome these robots. You'll get to make your moves, and if your total successes match or exceed the threat level, then you will succeed.
Ooh.
Now, what will you do?
Oh boy.
Okay. 2 robots.
Let's see.
2 of us with skateboards that are quick. And 1 person who, as I recall, has your special object is your steel-toed boots.
Yeah.
Might be good for some plug kicking.
Yeah. Steve, how high up is this plug? Or this cable that's been hot wired in?
It's not really kicking height for a 13-year-old, but you can reach it with your hands.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be kicking height if you were to have some sort of, I don't know, 3-foot-high box of some sort to jump off of.
Well, let's not add a karate kick in, just, unless you really want to.
Dude, Karate Kid just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every movie like just came out.
Every movie from the
Swan
80s
kick,
just
right?
came
Like-
out.
Yeah.
That one kid was complaining there's nothing good to see.
Yeah. So, one thing I forgot to tell you guys that I'm supposed to at the start of Extended Trouble is the results of failure. These guys potentially will chase you off. They might harm you. And if you don't get that cable pulled, then that cylinder in the field is going to keep calling all the adults who, as far as you can tell, will starve to death before they leave.
Okay.
Francis is thinking about taking a skateboard, grinding off the edge of the small box, and then kicking off as he does that, and then like hitting the bigger robot with his skateboard to move him out of the way.
Okay.
Well, we
to
all have
allow
to
somebody else.
we all have to work together, I think,
Right.
for it. So everybody.
Yeah,
You can-
you guys need to make a plan. That's the stage of
Yeah.
this that
Yeah.
we're in, is making a plan.
That was my plan, is to use my best attributes, which is
Same.
force, strength, and my skateboard as a way to kind of maneuver the big one out of the way to allow somebody else who's maybe better suited to pull the plug to get to
You know
it.
what? I got some more questions about this room before, we found fucking 3PO and D2 here.
Yeah, okay.
Gonk, gonk.
It is, isn't it?
That's who they
It's
are.
like more of a Artie Deco, and I don't remember what they called 3PO in that, but like this new cable, like, does it go up, like into the ceiling? Like, where is it going?
Yes, it goes up into the ceiling. That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we got the legless gonk droid. We can.
And you. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
I was going to say, and you said it's hot wired into the. Is it a wall of plugs, or is it just a single?
This whole room is full of electrical control stations. I'm actually,
Okay.
I didn't have this loaded in advance, but if you guys give me a second, I'm pulling in a map of the room.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Kenny's right in that what we should do in terms of making this plan is metagame a little bit here and figure out like what our highest stats are and build our plan around that. Because to get 9 successes, all 3 of us are going to want to roll as many dice as
Right.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see.
that's reasonable to do because, yeah, you're all going to need a lot of successes to reach 9.
Yeah,
Um,
and yeah, so Kenny's
This is-
strongest one is strength with his skateboard. Mine is speed. Mine's move with my skateboard. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see the map here. The dotted line on the right is the cable to the Aeron cylinder. It's coming out of one of the control stations and going up into the ceiling. There are just screens all around. Yin and Yang, those are the robots. So you guys actually came from the passageway that is north on this map and look into the room that way.
So if you skate in first, if Summer skates in first quickly to distract Yang, then Francis can come in and try and knock him with either with his skateboard or while skating to knock him off balance.
Yang is the boxy one.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And then that would hopefully allow Dwayne to go in and do the plug.
Yeah. Okay, so if you all can distract Yin and Yang here, I can try and go for this control station that the cable's plugged into. And Steve,
Yes.
would it be possible for me to tinker with this thing, possibly kick it enough to just knock out the control station itself, thereby severing the cable would still be plugged in, but the plug wouldn't be working?
I'll generalize that a little bit more. Yes, you can roll tinker to disable power to that cable in some way. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say just knocking the cable out probably makes more sense than breaking the control station, but you can roll tinker to figure out what's going to be safest for you to do. Yeah.
Yeah, because I worry about just pulling it out, and
yeah.
But if it's getting power from the station, exactly.
Yeah.
Then wouldn't it not be as dangerous once it's unplugged?
The cable, if it's disconnected from the power, are you talking about the cylinder won't be as dangerous once it's unplugged?
I'm literally just thinking about this cable. Like, if I just unplug this cable, like, I'm trying to think of my super limited knowledge of electronics.
Yeah, if it's unplugged from a power source,
the thing it's plugged into, and drop it on the floor, is that going to electrify the floor?
No. If it's not connected to a power source, Dwayne will know this with his tech skill just without a roll. Okay. An electrical cable without a power source is just a hunk of metal. It's not going to do anything. Yeah. So the only danger might be yourself touching the power coupling while it's charged. True. Yeah.
True. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I really don't have anything good to manhandle this thing with.
So, what's your iconic item, Dwayne?
Oh, those are my steel-toed boots.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you want to jump off Yang somehow and kick, we can try that, and it would give you 2 extra dice because iconic items that's what they're for. When I kind of joked about that earlier, I didn't realize the boots were your item.
Yeah. That's probably going to be a force roll, right?
Not necessarily. It could be move and or tech, because you could be rolling. If we assume that you find some way, not necessarily jumping off Yang, but find some way to jump up and kick that thing in the right spot with your boots, then I would let that be a tech roll. Yeah.
But I only get 1 roll on this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because if I could do so tinker and tech is it's not great for me, but it's okay. I don't have any good skills for this.
Yeah, you kind of don't.
I really don't. I've got good heart and good mind.
I mean, if you did want to do like a cool trick and jump in the air and kick, that could be move, which is pretty good for you.
Yeah, that'd get me like 6 dice. That's not awful.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if I did it the same with tinker, it'd be 6 dice.
Yeah. So either way, so is this the plan then? Francis and Summer are going to distract the robots, and Dwayne is going to try and kick the cable.
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna be okay with this?
Yes.
Kenny's muted.
Francis, you think you're gonna be okay distracting one of these two?
Yeah, I think so. I'm feeling lucky.
All right. So the way I understood it, the order is Francis runs in on the skateboard, Summer runs in on her skateboard, Dwayne comes running with the flying kick. Is that right?
Like pictured in like an 80s skateboard movie, right? Where it's like the
Yeah.
kids on the skateboards, like, all right, Delta Force, go, and like we're like just
Yeah.
skating.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
There's a song playing. It's great. Yeah. So this threat level is defined as hard by the game. There's 3 threat levels for Extended Trouble. Normal, which is the number of kids times 2. Hard, which is the number of kids times 3, which is this out of 9, and almost impossible, which is times 4. So that would be a 12 if it were one of those. So this is the This is the middle one. It's hard, but not almost impossible.
Yeah.
So let's get Francis's roll as you rush in on that skateboard. I assume this is force or move?
Force.
Force. And what exactly are you doing? Give me a description.
So he's going to gain as much speed as he can gain going down the hallway, and just aim to grind his skateboard on the edge of Yang, and take it into full force as he can into Yin to knock him down.
Okay, roll it.
All right. So I have 4, 6, 7, 9 dice to roll.
Yeah, you do. I'm going to be tallying successes.
All right. I got 2, but as I said, I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to burn my luck die,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And that's my last one, and I get to re-roll the failure. Oh, wait, I have one more to roll. Sorry, before I burn it. I got a 3rd one on my 9th die, so I've got 3 successes so far.
Okay.
So I should have, if I do luck, it's you re-roll the failures, right?
Correct.
So I got 6 more to roll. All right. Yes, 2 more. I got 5.
If you want to push it, if you want to push the roll, you can re-roll the failures again.
I've only got 4 failures left. Do you guys think I should do it?
You have no idea what your friends are going to roll. You're the first one to go.
I am upset. I'm gonna, over this whole thing. So I will push the Well, does that affect us in the? Does that affect the success?
Condition? No, it won't affect your success. If you get, it may help you get more successes. The condition won't affect this roll. The condition affects the future.
Gotcha. No, I think I'll leave it at 5, right? So I think
all right.
5 is good.
So you successfully not only slide off the edge of Yang and smash him into Yin, but you also, in the process, spin Yang around to the perfect position for Dwayne to jump off of him after Summer does her thing.
Yep. All right.
And you tell me exactly what you're trying to do.
Okay. So Francis has come in and bounced the first robot, gotten Yang into position, but now Yin is coming at him, and I swoop in and yell, "Hey, stupid robot! You're stupid!" And I am actually going to try to get Yin to chase me into this western pointing tunnel.
You're using your skateboard?
I am using my skateboard. I'm using move, and it is, of course, body. So that is, that's 5 plus 3 plus 2, says 10 dice.
Wow. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3 successes right off the bat.
You're up to 8 so far.
I will go ahead. I will. Can I use my pride on this roll for an automatic success? And how many successes do I get if I?
What pride? Well, you'd get
My
one.
pride is that I'm as brave and as tough as any other kid.
Oh yeah, you just saw Francis do almost exactly the same thing. So you have to do this. Yeah.
I have to do it.
You can't let the stupid boy show you up. You hung onto the back of a car on the freeway.
Nuh-uh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ain't. Yep.
Do it.
So I will.
That's an
flip
extra
that to one
success.
more. That is an extra success. It's just for a second, like the nerves get into my throat. I'm like, and then I see Francis like looking, and it's just like that friendly competition where it's like I've got to outdo him. Like I can't. And I take off down this hallway, and Yin follows me.
All right.
Thud away from Francis.
Well, you guys
Dwayne.
have your 9 successes, but Dwayne, why don't you go ahead and try and kick that cable out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I come running in after these two, like, little box spot there is, Francis has set that thing up perfectly for me to get a good launch off, like, hop off of that and kick this cable, and I'm going to use either move or tinker. They're both 4s.
Yeah.
So
we'll call it a little bit of both.
6.
Yeah.
With my boots, that's a 6. But I want it to be better than that. So
You've got luck.
as I'm coming in, I glance over at Francis and I think to myself, man, but I really want Francis to see how cool I am doing this.
You're putting your pride
Because
on.
I'm doing it for love.
Yeah.
That's right.
Bird of luck. You got a luck.
You've got luck too, but the pride gives an automatic success.
Oh.
Ugh. Okay, that gives me one more
One more than what?
than the 2 I'd gotten already.
Okay.
So I want to burn a point of luck.
Okay.
And that'll give me 4 successes total.
All right, we got 5 from Francis, 4 from Summer, 4 from Dwayne. That's 13. Dwayne, as your steel-toed boot slams down onto Yang, who's already been smashed by a skateboard and by Yin, the treads underneath of Yang split off to the side and break, and he is no longer mobile. You then go flying in the air, and the sparks go everywhere as your heel smashes that cable out of the wall. The place goes, like, there's a huge flash of light. There's sparks everywhere. The place goes dark. You land on the grate with sparks falling behind you, and you look up just in time to see Francis going, whoa.
Wow.
So, Yang is destroyed. The cable is out. Yin has chased Summer and is not catching her. And you guys have disconnected the power from Aran.
Yay.
At this time, it's pretty late here in real life, so I'll speed through the wrap-up. You guys escape the tunnels. Well, Dwayne and Francis just kind of leave the tunnel. Summer escapes from the robot using...
I do a really sweet double back on the robot, like use those extra successes to like double back and go between the robot's legs or something.
Sure,
and
yeah, do that.
Catch back up with the guys.
Yeah. When you get out, the grown-ups are still in the field fighting, and at first you think that you weren't successful, but being exhausted and having no other ideas and having left Ruthie alone with a strange burned man in your kitchen, you go home.
Oh, yeah.
You go home, and you find the strange burned man still in the kitchen with Ruthie talking about cartoons, and shortly after you arrive, Mike Warren's wife comes looking for him and takes him home. And then your parents arrive. And they invite you, Dwayne and Francis, to stay here for the night. They're a little annoyed that you're here so late. They're going to have to talk to Summer about that in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Francis will lean over to Summer and say, "Don't mention the stolen car again." They may have forgotten.
Yeah, I'm just hoping Uncle Rich forgot about the whole like hanging off the back of the car.
Car too.
He didn't. The next morning, your mom gets a call from Uncle Rich, and you get grounded for 2 weeks for hanging off the back of a car on the freeway, grounded from your skateboard specifically. And
Oh,
Bastard.
yeah, and the
I make a big deal out of it, but really, I think I got off very light.
Dwayne and Francis are in trouble for
Oh,
not coming
no.
home last night without telling their parents. And yeah, you guys basically all get in trouble as your parents come home. If you ask them where they have been, they continue to say ridiculous things like, I was just out for a walk, or I was looking for a new spot to build a house, or I was out on a business trip. None of them acknowledge the absurdity of saying that when there were dozens of other people there. They all just stick to their stories and become kind of aggressive if you push them on it. That's it.
Yay! We saved the day and got grounded.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to give you guys each kind of an aftermath scene, but it's pretty late, so we'll let that description stand as the aftermath. But why don't you guys talk about what it is that you think has changed about you and your daily lives in the days coming after this event?
I think Francis should go first this time.
Yeah.
I'd say for Francis, for all this decision to want to be independent, he's realized that, working together as a team is much more important. And whether if that's, if your family's not around, but your friends, then you can get a lot done.
All right.
So maybe being self-reliant isn't the best, especially when robbed of his parents completely. It was a bit of a shock.
So you think your drive is going to change after this? If we were to do another session with these characters, would Francis have a different drive? Currently, it says to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would change.
All right. Any idea what it would change to?
I don't know.
That might be something to discuss in the future.
Yeah, I'll think about that.
Dwayne, what about you?
Well, Dwayne is coming out of this whole experience. I mean, he didn't really have a lot of personal connection here. I mean, his parents weren't there. Like, he had a good friend of his was there, but didn't seem really deep into it.
Yeah, well, your sister and your aunt were there, and I
My
will
sister
say...
was there, but she's been fucking weird lately. And my aunt was there, but Diane's kind of I don't really like Diane very much.
Well, I'll tell you something about Diane when we're all done, but
Okay,
Dwayne, your parents actually did go. It was just after you guys were there. So you later find out that they were there.
Yeah, but more importantly, I had some solid revelations that maybe maybe there's other people out there that I do like and do have feelings for, and I don't really know how to express that right now, but maybe in the future I can. And
Good.
No, I'm not changing my drive. My drive is more relevant than ever.
All right. I like it. And Summer, how about you?
I came out of this with my pride right now is through the roof. I feel that I feel like a character from a movie. I saved the day with my friends, but yeah, every challenge I met it, you know, and I'm just kind of conveniently forgetting all the times I kind of panicked and screamed.
Right. I was going to say,
But-
what about banging on the trunk and begging Uncle Rich to stop? What about that? That doesn't...
Yeah, no, I've selectively, in the movie of this in my mind, I've kind of just edited all that out or made it into like a cunning trick that I pulled off to get away with it. And again, like, like hung on a car going down the highway. I stole a car. I left my sister with like a strange man. I feel like I got off, like, I take my punishment with like stoicism and what I feel is very adult perspective.
Oh, I totally
Like-
forgot about the stolen car. You're definitely in trouble for that, too.
Oh,
For sure.
Really?
The fact
No,
that...
No,
I,
they
I
didn't.
think your parents forgot about that.
No, the car is still here.
I
You
drove
drove it home.
Cars back up with like P whatever.
But then you left P whatever. You came home. You brought the car back.
All the way back here.
Why not? The bus doesn't run that late.
No, we would have dropped it off like a block or so away.
All right. Fair enough. But the guy does remember giving you the keys.
Does he really know me though?
Yeah, and every
You
time
know
he
what?
says
It's a
something, you
it's
go,
a
"What were you
shady
doing out
situation.
there?"
You're not like you don't have as much trust as you used to. You don't get
Yeah.
you don't directly get in trouble for it, but people are like, "Did she take that car? That car?"
There's
Yeah.
rumors. There's
It's-
rumors about me.
I
And you know
Well-
what? I'm okay with that because
I
that
heard
is my
Gavin had
drive,
to
is
have the
be
transmission
known
replaced.
and respected.
yeah,
But not
that-
before we tried to Ferris Bueller it, where we put the car up on blocks and tried to run it backwards.
yeah. Well, no, the transmission
No,
was
no.
trashed.
No,
It had to be
it's like
replaced.
every time this guy
Oh,
brings
no.
that up, I will ask him, "Hey, what were you doing out by that fucking Iran thing?"
And it isn't any of your business.
Yeah, exactly. So what
Yeah.
were you doing out there giving kids your car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you
I-
gave us that fucking car, dude. Like, I don't know what you were doing out there, building a house, going on vacation.
You gave us that car is not a good argument when you're 13. Like,
It's a worse
fact-
argument for him.
the fact that it's true doesn't change anything. That's how these grown-ups work.
Yeah. I feel like as a side, like, I also feel like my problem that didn't really come up was that, like, the older sporty high school girls were like inviting me to join their group, and I feel like the next time they call, I say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't make it," and I hang up and I go find Francis and Dwayne instead because
Yeah.
I mean
I mean,
I'll
it
hang out with them sometimes, but like these are my guys.
sort
These
of
are-
sort of
Hang out with us at
retconny.
the music
Yeah.
store.
Sort of retconny, you know, there that also the events of this night could also play into that because
Yeah.
anyone 16 or older was affected by this cylinder. So some of these older varsity girls might have been there, just like your sisters were.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyone who is, according to this game, an adult was affected by this cylinder.
I just got why you asked that question then.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
why I asked both of you how old your sisters were. Yes.
I
Yeah.
figured that out.
I think I also tell Ruthie the truth. Like I tell her the whole thing, just like she asked, what was that all about? I'm like, oh, let me tell you. And I think Ruthie and I actually connect for the first time in our lives.
She believes you, but like she also believes ghost stories that you tell her. Like you're the older sister, she's a little kid. She believes things you say. So like in 5 years, she won't believe it anymore.
Okay. Well, that's
See,
me.
Yeah.
I pictured when you mentioned she was playing with a sticker book that we'd come back and she'd been putting like more stickers on the guy, like just to cover up his burn spots.
So since we have no immediate plans to revisit this game, I do want to tell you guys sort of what the truth of the mystery was here. Diane Peterson was fired for never finishing projects and never doing what she was told. She was fired from the loop. She hates everyone there. She wanted to get revenge on them. So she built this around thing, knowing that when it was powered up, it would send out these pulses that would attract subconsciously all the adults within its range. Her plan was to attract them all to the cylinder and then go break into the facility and steal whatever wasn't nailed down. Her dumbass mistake was forgetting that she is, in fact, an adult within the range of the cylinder.
I was going to ask.
As the thing was powered on longer and longer, its range was getting wider and wider. Francis, your parents actually would have been safe from this thing for longer than the other adults because the lower class end of town is the farthest from where the cylinder is. However, they were at work, so they were not at home, and they were closer to the cylinder, and that's why they disappeared first. Had the adults stayed there longer, they would have begun neglecting their own bodily needs. Each of them wanted to be near the cylinder and prevent harm to it, prevent anyone else from getting near it, and they would have devolved into cavemen had you not flying kicked that cable out of the wall. Not physically devolved. I mean, they would have started acting like that.
Yeah.
Like they would have. The book even describes some of them getting down on all fours. But
wow.
Yeah.
Like 2001 Space Odyssey with the obelisk, right?
Yeah, I kind of sped up the number of people going to the cylinder. Like it was supposed to be a trickle at first, and then more and more, and the thing was supposed to be more powerful at night. But we were so short on time, I was just fast-forwarding that stuff.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That worked. That worked great.
Yeah.
And then Yin and Yang, were those robots Diane's robots? Or?
Yes, there was also this guy. Where is it?
Yeah, that guy.
I forgot. I put this other map on here. Service room, turn off. This guy, Isaac, was guarding the ecosphere that you never found. And the ecosphere is where the cables come up from underground. They're kind of processed by the ecosphere and then run to the Aeron. Had you found the ecosphere, this guy was set there to guard that, but he was developing sentience and realized it was wrong and probably would have helped you if you'd succeeded on some rolls.
Looks
I
like
could have been semi-effective with him.
Yeah.
All your charm and your
My
empathy.
charm and my empathy.
And that also would have come into play if you guys had found your way to Mike Warren. Mike Warren is listed in the book as like someone you're supposed to find like at his house, but it's also if they're at a standstill, if they don't find out about this guy, then as a lucky break they can just throw him out there. Yeah. You were supposed to find him at his house in bed.
Supposed to find his house.
Well, the idea is that you would look around for adults who know something about this area. You could go to the library and read. Actually, it might have made sense to find something about him at Summer's house, which you did, actually. He was on the contact list. But by then, you had already met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that gave us, when we had his name, he started giving us more info. I assumed that was a reward for using contact to try to...
Well, yeah, I mean, he was already going to give you that info. You guys just weren't questioning him. You were turning every direction except questioning the guy. So when I use the contact list to sort of turn you back towards him.
What do you expect us to do with player characters?
Yeah, exactly. I put a guy with all the information. I put a guy with all the information you need in your house, and you were like, "Let's call other people."
Let's call other people and leave them with our 10-year-old daughter.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, guys, it's midnight. It's like 3 for Kenny, so let's go to bed. Thank you guys for playing. I thought this was a fun game. I liked this one.
It was very fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. I think next week is Pathfinder for 2 weeks, and like nobody signed up for that, but we'll see.
I think Cody's signed up for it.
Did he? No, Corey. is a different guy that has never been on the stream before.
Oh.
Sarah and I have gamed with him, but yeah, Gavatone, thanks for
Corey.
hanging out. Yeah. We will see you guys Friday for the D&D, and then back here Monday for Pathfinder.
Yep.
Peace
Good luck
out.
with Pathfinder.
Bye.